Robert Downey Jr. and
Tropical Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. What?
That shit was racist, man. All right, that was mad blackface, bro.
Tell me you didn't laugh a little bit, though. Tell me you didn't laugh a little bit. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But this dude was straight playing blackface, and yo, man.
It was a different time, bro.
Was it?
It was like 10 years ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Wasn't that long ago.
It was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, no. Wasn't that long ago. Funny ass movie, though.
Iron Man. What up, what up, what up? We in here. New setup. Hopefully the sound is better this week. Thank you, Spateri, for the comments. Giving us a little pressure. Felt a little pressure, but if last week...
pay attention the same way you would in fantasy. You know what I mean? If
Whoa.
only...
Whoa. Last week, the sound was off, guys. We're testing a new studio. Hopefully this week is better. If you still have comments, concerns, definitely hit us up on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can reach us. But we're here talking Premier League Matchday 4 review. We'll open up with the guys who are on top right now, undefeated, Huss's boys. Don't know how long this is going to last. But they managed to scrape by Leicester 2-1. We're talking Liverpool. Bussy, if you got kids.
You don't know how long it's going to last. It looks pretty good right now. I mean, true that you haven't played anyone extremely good because you got West Ham, Palace, Brighton, Leicester. But if you remember from the past, West Ham, Palace, and Leicester have always played Liverpool very well.
I don't remember from the past.
In the last 3 years.
Blast from the past.
Okay, well, you don't remember.
Well, look, it was a Vardy
just
list.
listen, you'll learn.
There it is.
Classic tagline. Still never learn anything.
Look, it was a Vardy list. It was a Vardy list Leicester, and with our predictions, I called a draw for this one. Being a silly man, I forgot that Vardy was still serving out a suspension. I think this was his last game to serve out. So I definitely should have called the Liverpool win. But even that being said, man, they managed to only get by 2-1. The guy who's honey dicking people left and right now. My man, Mo Salah, struggling, dude. All you guys in fantasy out there breaking the bank. 13 points.
Should have had a goal.
You should have,
Easy goal
but he
this
didn't.
game, man. A 12-yard out tapping.
Hit it with his heel.
Choked on a dick. There you go. Put it right in front of me.
Yeah, little closer.
That's why I'm shouting. Yeah, dude. Mo Salah. After that, dude, he started bright. First 2 touches on the ball, people were in. He was setting up goals from the start, man, and then he tailed off, and he got subbed in the end. He got subbed out in the the 70th minute.
Dude, I could hear an audible groan around the world when he came off the field.
It's terrible.
Everyone was expecting either Firmino or Mane to come off. Salah getting subbed. Man, it's going to be tough for him because he had a crazy year last season. Actually, for that front three, maybe Firmino will be the one who's a bit safer as far as playing time. But Salah played basically every game last season, didn't really get hurt much, and then had a World Cup. Sadio Mane, the same thing. I think Mane was a bit hurt more than Salah was.
Why'd you pick Mane over Salah then?
He was cheaper, dude, and I had to get at least one of these front three. I ended up getting 2 with Firmino. Firmino, I've had since match day 1, finally pays off this week. Kept the faith, but he's one who's kind of been off to a weird start. But
you know what I think Salah's learning is it's difficult day in, day out to be a world-class player and produce.
For sure.
Because I look at the fire with which he was pressing last year, and compared to this game, and in some of the recent games I've seen him, just doesn't seem to be there in terms of how hard he's pressing. I think it's a little bit of that he carries most of the burden in terms of attack and the goals, so he's kind of dropping off a little bit in terms of his work rate at times, and maybe he's just going through a little period where he's frustrated, but from what I see, you know, that fire seems to be burning a little less hotter in terms of work rate. Now, goals, he's right on pace, you know what I mean, to do what he did last year.
For sure.
But do you guys see that as well at all?
I attribute it to just World Cup legs. You got like 2 or 3 weeks off max. You know, after playing 50 games, I think Liverpool went all the way to Champions League final. So he didn't get to switch off, and they were chasing the league all the way through. You know, they didn't qualify for Champions League until basically the last match day.
But I'm not going to really use that as an example because if he wants to be up there with the top players in the world, they always do that because these top players are playing in every tournament and they are getting their teams further along in that tournament.
And they are taking recovery
hormones.
Yeah,
and they also got bounced out of the group stage as well. Right now, I mean, we saw the frustration a little bit. There was a play, I think it was about 10 minutes before Salah actually got taken off the field. Milner came across the middle, slide tackled, got a great ball, counterattacking, pass it early to Salah. He goes in. Instead of passing to Mane and I forget who else. There's someone else on the left side of the box that was wide open.
Firmino, probably.
Yeah, it could have been Firmino. He basically just dribbled, and then he realized he did a bad move, so he tried to lay it off for Milner, and then the other team just took it.
Oh, you're talking about when Milner, he should have kind of almost overlapped him,
exactly.
but he misread him.
And I'm not sure if Salah was actually hoping Milner would do that, or he realized he messed up because Mane's standing there in the box going with his hands up. But then again, if he actually was really going to gripe about that, it's the same thing that Mane was doing last year.
Yeah.
When Salah was scoring, Mane was just trying to get on the board, try to knock that rust off. So the positive part of this right now, we talk about Salah finding out, learning about the Premier League, whether you can do it, year in, year out. The more important thing for Liverpool fans is that when Salah was hot, Mane wasn't. But now Mane is heating up. Salah's not so hot. So it's almost like they're trading off at the perfect time. So in a few weeks, hopefully Mane doesn't cool down. But if he cools down a little bit, hopefully Salah will start picking up the pace. And so Liverpool will always have one of their front three guys firing. And because of the way they pass, even... We talk about him struggling, but he still is getting, well, for the people that know fantasy, he's still getting fantasy points because he's still getting assists.
Yeah, no.
Firmino's still getting assists. He's still going to get a goal. It's just that it's almost like, again, they're trading off like they did last year where it's who's going to get the goals today, guys. I mean,
someone will.
It's like
Naby Keita didn't even start this game, and, you guys still look solid. I thought Leicester...
You saw some holes in the middle, though. I think Keita...
He's necessary.
He's legit.
He's 100% necessary. I'll tell you who's not legit. Alisson. This dude messing around with the ball at his
finally
feet.
got caught.
Relax.
He had a midweek highlight tape thinking he's all cute, chipping over forwards. Yep. Glenn Murray almost got him twice last week. He's learning the hard way. Look, I don't think this is going to be a continuation thing because even after the goal happened, Klopp got his attention. I was like, dude, just boot it. Just straight up boot it. So I think he'll fix this part of his game. He'll still take risk. I think he's like Ederson, where Ederson takes risk, but it's not as crazy as trying to Cruyff turn a pressing forward.
Well, did Minty get all over Ederson when he hit the ball to Salah in that the defeat that they had to Liverpool the first time?
Yeah, but it wasn't like a cute flick. It was a missed pass. Well, there's a difference between a missed pass and trying to be cute.
So against Brighton, the flick by Alisson was fantastic, but also on the left side, when Myri's coming in the second time, he almost got caught.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was more like the second time where he did get caught this time, and you can't do that with Iheanacho. Look, he's a forward that's he's way out of form. But the thing is, he's quick, he's fast. Alisson's not faster than him. So in that, when you're leading and you're trying to do a move near your goal, dude, that's the one you just hit. And about 10 minutes after, another ball came in just like that, a little further out of the box, but he just hit that one. So it's already starting.
It was interesting. Yeah. Klopp said that the defense has to get used to, one, playing with the Brazilian goalkeeper, but also picking and choosing when to pass back to the goalie. Sometimes you don't need to do that, and in fact, it slows down play. Now, I think it's clear that Klopp was not excusing the mistake. It's clear that Alisson messed up, and he also needs to know when to get the ball the hell out of there. But I think it was interesting that he also kind of brought up the back line, and sometimes the ball shouldn't go back to the goalie at all, and you should kind of know and pick and choose your
you know what that is? He's defending his goalie. Essentially, he doesn't want the whole media piling onto him, so he's giving some of the blame to his defense. But literally, Virgil gave him that ball. It wasn't the most perfect ball, but he gave him a good enough ball to where he could have taken 5 seconds and still cleared it.
Yeah, no.
So it wasn't this high-pressure ball, but I guess he wants to keep his defenders thinking, play the ball forward, just because your goalie's good. Dude, I hope so. Oh, that'd be so great.
Well, I don't want him to completely change. I still want him to do what he does, but it's just not in a risky moment like that. Because when a player like Alisson gets the ball, and forwards know that he's going to be able to pass the ball or might dribble, they're going to start pressing higher on him, which Iheanacho did. That'll allow the defenders to get open and create space right away to maybe transition early. Besides that, like I said, I kind of agree with Klopp. Before he even said it, I was saying to you guys during the game, I was like, at least it happened in this type of game. It wasn't a big game. It's against Leicester. Yes, it stinks that they let up a goal for the first time a year because they started looking great. But if there was a time to learn a lesson, I'd rather now rather than later on in the season.
All right. Enough about this Liverpool bullshit.
Thank you.
No one cares, man.
Everyone
James
cares.
Maddison, Leicester City, number 10. Young kid coming up, man. Great fancy pickup. Hussy. James Madison had the assist on that goal.
Scored last week.
Scored last week, man. He started the season really hot. He's very dynamic and hardworking guy, hardworking player. He's interesting. With Ndidi and Mendy behind him, he has a lot of freedom, and he pressed well Liverpool. And, yeah, man.
He's good, man.
You know who's
Well, Leicester are pushing for that, not just top 10, but they want Europa League. They want something, in
At least 6 or
they're
7.
building, man.
well, they
slowly.
tasted Champions League. That's why they still have that edge in them that wants to go back there.
Yeah, man. A guy who I wasn't that impressed with, and I think it's just a matter of getting him more reps, was Mendy. Ndidi was solid, but Mendy
Ndidi's
seemed
good,
a bit
bro.
off
Ndidi
the
was
pace.
a beast, bro.
I could see
Yeah.
Ndidi. Man, he's kind of a young central
He's a-
midfielder. I can see
He's
him
a
making
Juice
a
of
jump.
Ghana 0.5.
No. He's a squad role player. I think in a top 6 potentially.
Cool.
And the reason I say that is because he could kind of fit into like a Chelsea. I think he would probably be the best team.
Helping
he
cover
could fit
Conte.
Into. Yeah, like
Give Conte a spell
tons of
on
work
the bench.
rate.
Yeah.
He can shoot from distance, almost like John Obi Mikel, his fellow countryman as well. You know, but obviously maybe not as important as Mikel was to Chelsea. But Ndidi I thought was a beast as well, Al. I was very interested to see Damari Gray starting at center forward.
Dude, let's talk about that. So, like I said earlier, Vardy suspended. Their only other natural number 9. Actually, I think they had Iborra.
Okazaki
Iborra's,
and Iheanacho on the bench.
yeah, so they go with Gray at number 9.
Love it.
You love it?
I love it.
What do you think that says about Iheanacho, though?
You suck. That's what it fucking says,
bro.
dude.
Damn.
Fucking Damari Gray is a winger. Mainly on the wing, cuts in, shoots. But down the middle, he was also very, he's got that speed, man. Playing the last defender.
But that
in
speed
behind.
didn't do shit.
Yeah,
No,
I think
Joe
against-
Gomez shut him down,
against
son.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
with Virgil van Dijk down there. You by yourself.
But
and
Joe
you're on
Gomez
There-
shut
there-
him down.
there
Joe Gomez
was-
is fast. Joe
There-
Gomez is fast. It's his best attribute.
You know
bro.
who was-
So then the manager fucked up by starting him up there.
No,
Yeah, he
there,
did.
there was
He
one
did,
moment
for
that
sure.
Madison Gray did work well together and got a free kick they got a set piece about 20 yards out, which was good because they used their speed, they used the quick feet, and I think Virgil got a yellow card on the play.
Did you know who Gray reminds me of playing up the middle? Was Sterling in the World Cup. Sterling, a guy who had an incredible season playing from wide, and we'll get into him, scored this weekend, but played from wide, can cut in and shoot the ball. I think Gray was missing that. He can't play with his back to goal ever, and I'm not saying he should adapt that in his game, but playing number 9, like you're saying, he's playing against Virgil, who's a strong guy, and Gomez, who's a quick guy. He wasn't put in a position to succeed, and
No.
I think he should have went with either Okazaki up there,
I think
Iheanacho,
Okazaki's still
or even
coming back
Iborra.
Okazaki's still coming back to full fitness. I think that's why he didn't start.
Gotcha.
Iheanacho hasn't been in any good form as well.
But
Last-
he came in though for Mark Albrighton.
Yeah, and he looked good. I mean,
And
he
then
caused the
Okazaki
goal.
They both came in.
He caused the goal,
Yeah.
Iheanacho. But it says a lot about this kid, man. He was touted to be very promising. I know when Pep came in, he kind of got rid of him right away, and he really doesn't fit that Pep system. I don't know, that quick play. But he looked promising, except when I saw him at the World Cup, man, it was very evident to me what a large step he took back, especially playing next to Musa, which I know Musa's older and whatever. He's more in the height of his career and more experience, having played in Russia and all around the world. But Iheanacho, even the basics of like that nose for goal seems to be gone with him, and that could be confidence.
It's all confidence, man. And I think we're seeing something similar with Salah as well. His confidence
And Iwobi.
isn't tip top right now. Nah, Iwobi's fine. It's all right.
Is he though?
Yeah, no, he's fine, man.
Sitting on that
He'll be
bench,
all right.
huh?
Well, I
Why
think
aren't you
that's
complaining? He must play. He's got to play.
no, good one.
Play the youth.
Good one.
Play the youth. That's the one.
And with Leicester,
Should play the youth.
the one area where Leicester,
That's the
I
plan.
think, could have made a huge difference, but they didn't, was the set pieces. I mean, Maguire looked pretty good there, but they're offsides on a couple. They missed their chances with the headers. If they're going to score, I mean, Allison, you can't predict that right there. So I thought the one way that Leicester was going to score was maybe in the box with a free, like, corner or
Harry
some
Maguire
sort of set piece.
shot from deep, buzzer beater, or a header. Man, Harry Maguire looked good this game too, playing out the back. The Liverpool press, dancing by people.
Yeah, he
This
breaks
guy's
that
got
first
foot
wave.
skills, and
He's
he's the
ready.
size of a 5-story
Should
building.
have went this year to United.
He should have.
If he's
but I'm not paying $95 million for this guy.
He wasn't 95. He was like 65.
I'm exaggerating, man, but it was like
It would have
60,
been under
70.
Virgil. Yeah.
It was he's not Virgil van Dijk.
I think he would have been right in line with Virgil. One, because Leicester didn't
ridiculous.
have a replacement, and two, he's an English player.
Nah, so I'd rather buy him next year, even though we could use him this year. We're slowing our process. It would just shell
Yeah,
out
but
the
at
money.
least he proves it, man. Like I didn't want any more experiments. If he does it at Leicester again, then it's official. He's real. But United right now, we picked up Bailly a couple of years ago. We picked up Lindelof a couple of years ago. Those guys are up in the air right now. You know what I mean? So like another guy.
Well, Lindelof and Maguire are not the same situation. Maguire still has something on his resume. Lindelof was a young prospect. Yeah. Maguire has shown
he was a starter
last year
for
a little
Sweden.
bit, and
he's been a
he's
starter
just
for
a
Sweden.
younger defender.
Well, no,
that's
but
all it is.
who was better, Maguire or
We
Lindelof
didn't
in
know
the World
that at
Cup?
the time when they bought Lindelof, and Lindelof helped lead the
That's
line
why
for
it was
Sweden.
different.
I know, but
you didn't have that. with
Lindelof was also in a different league.
But you didn't have that for Lindelof because you bought him before the World Cup. Where after you could have bought Maguire after the World Cup after we saw even more game tape on him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard because none of you were saying when the English national team squad was announced in the back. None of you were saying Maguire is the dude who's going to shine.
There was some rumors
Stones and Cahill basically.
that.
I didn't say he was going to shine at all. 100%, but when he proved to shine, and when I saw what he did the previous year with Leicester, I was like, okay, he's certified.
I don't want that James Rodriguez taste, bro.
He was playing in a back.
Get rid of Lindelof.
Yeah,
he was playing on the left side of a back three. Never played there before in his life.
No one saw that
and
coming,
he was
dude.
fine.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to say that I predicted him.
Promising.
I'm not going to predict that. I'm not going to say I predicted Maguire to have a good World Cup, but by the end of last year, I didn't predict it at the beginning of last year, but throughout the year, you were like, "Who's this guy?
Yeah,
who's this guy that's taking over Leicester right now?"
There were links.
Who's who?
Yeah, look. There were links, man. He's promising, but all the major scouts didn't break the bank for him. You know what I mean? So like, there's still. I think the jury's still out. That's why I was like, one more year at Leicester. If he has another good year, everyone's coming for him. But there's a reason Chelsea didn't go for him.
With defenders.
City,
there's a
Liverpool.
Reason. People always wait that extra year with defenders.
You gotta make sure.
With attackers, it's more like we need to get the hot prospect right now while he's scoring goals, so the price tag doesn't skyrocket.
Yeah,
we'll get into this with the Ed Woodward situation when we get to the United game. But,
Hey,
moving on from Liverpool, whatever, top of the league, perfect so far.
Undefeated.
Almost
whatever.
perfect.
I love
Four
how
from four.
Albert's
They're not perfect. They're almost perfect. They let up a goal. Almost
Oh.
perfect.
My prediction's
Anyway.
looking good right now. Liverpool to win the league.
Moving
But
on.
Ladies first.
we'll see how that works.
Go ahead, Al. Moving on.
City.
Man City.
Your brain just froze.
I know you were
moving us along,
moving guys along.
You were moving us along.
Man City squeaked by Newcastle 2-1. Sergio Aguero coming up with a goose egg against his favorite opponent. 14 goals against Newcastle in his career, tied for career most in the league. Nothing. Got an assist though. But Rafa Benitez again did against Chelsea last week.
Stifles.
Did against Man City this week. It may not be pretty. It was prettier against City than it was against Chelsea. His tactics, but still proved effective. Got the goal through a U.S. man, Damari Gray.
Andre Yedlin.
Andre Yedlin.
Oh, man.
Dude, that was a hell of a goal, man, the Yedlin goal. I'm annoyed, before we even get to that Yedlin goal, it's freaking, what's his name? Jamal Lascelles, man. If this dude, you know, the rumor out there last week was that he got in a bust-up on, like, Wednesday or Thursday of training before the Chelsea game because he didn't want to play right center-back of the three-back system. So Newcastle came out and said there was an ankle injury. That's why he wasn't available. But rumors came out saying he had gotten into a bust-up with Benitez. In this game, he plays right center-back. So whatever, they worked it out during the week. Mm-hmm. But if he had gotten reps last week, I think that Sterling goal where he cuts in on him, he would have been a little more match sharp, or a little more comfortable.
Just comfortable.
Exactly, man. So, and you could see even after the game, Benitez walked up to him, arm around the shoulder. There was no hate there, but I think he was definitely saying, like, look, dude,
this is
like,
their captain right here. This is their leader, man. And I picked him up for fantasy as well because towards the end of last year, he was leading by example, scoring goals. He was an aerial threat in set pieces. I thought he was going to come off with a hot start. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I completely agree with that point. Had they adjusted last year, not last year, last game.
Had he played.
Yeah, had he
90 minutes under his belt.
the Raheem Sterling goal,
Filthy.
man. I mean, this guy.
Oh, you gotta say Huss?
This guy, man.
How about that goal?
Okay, right from the beginning.
How about
If
that?
we want to go through this, right from the beginning.
Is Raheem Sterling fulfilling his potential?
Yes, he's improving.
Why do you hesitate? He is fulfilling his potential. No one saw this coming. Dude, he's keeping Sane off the field. Everyone was saying Mars is coming on.
There's a few other things going on with Sane and
threaten
everything like that. There's rumors that just Sane's performance is why Pep's keep him off in the preseason games. It has less to do with Sterling, more to do with Sane's actually attitude as well.
Yeah.
That there are rumors coming out that Pep's not happy with his attitude, and that's I hope that's not true, because that could also be why Sané was not taken for the German team. It could be straight up attitude.
No, it definitely was. Lowe said basically, there's a way I like my team to play. Sané doesn't always follow instruction. Obviously, that blew up in his face. Like, sometimes
bullshit.
you need a dynamic guy. But when Jurgen Lowe's not picking you, and now Pep Guardiola's not picking you.
Everyone laughed at Lowe after the World Cup.
For sure, but like now Pep Guardiola, this guy didn't have a World Cup at all. And Sterling, who played in 6 World Cup games, has started every single game. So there might be something there with attitude.
I'm not saying that these claims are unfound. Like, this is all alleged, so we don't know for sure.
For sure.
But I'm saying both parties, Pep and Leroy Sané, are messing up. Both of them. It's on both of them. Like, for a talent like this to not be playing after what he did for you last year. This isn't a guessing game. We saw what he did for you last year. And now all of a sudden there's an attitude problem. He's not getting the starting lineup.
But that happens. Look, there's a choice a coach must make. Am I going to let this player dictate and let him ruin the locker room energy, the Neymar kind of thing? Or am I going to make an example out of him? And at the same time, the team might hurt, but the team will respect me more. The Ozil factor.
I definitely agree with the latter, because he is a young player, and he did start right away. So has he been training well? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't see these things that happen behind closed doors. Which is what I'm saying. Both of them are at fault. Who's more at fault? We don't know to the details.
Well, I don't know.
But man,
I think based on history time, especially with Aguero, when Pep came in and everyone's saying Aguero doesn't train well, he was basically Carlos Tevez, where on game day he's the best, but doesn't train well. He doesn't really play that passing system of Pep Guardiola.
He had to adjust.
But he adjusted, man. And Aguero hasn't missed a game because of disciplinary reasons, or rumors, I should say, because we don't know for sure. But Sané, I think it's a bigger problem. It's a bigger fault of Sané's when your coach has been willing to play guys where we predicted, and the media of the world predicted that, this guy won't get along with Pep because Pep's ABC. Yaya Toure, same thing.
I'm just
and
saying,
he played
man. Did you see the kid last week when he came in? He's just a game changer.
Yeah, but
what's he doing Monday through Friday? What's he doing Monday through Friday?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't have
I don't know the answer to that.
Be at fault, because again, it's a young player. You can't let his head get any bigger than what it is. There's a difference between an ego that's confident and an ego that's just too enlarged.
That's an unfound claim. We don't know if his head is big.
Well, we're going from what we heard.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out why isn't Sané playing. It's not his ability.
Okay, we'll play the if game real quick. If all the rumors are true about the attitude, then I can't say Pep is at fault. I think he's doing a good job.
True,
because not only that, but if he kept on the bench and he comes in and still looks great and gets an assist, he's doing something good. But that's fine.
Nah, man. I'm just saying, dude. Like,
look, I want to play. Fantasy-wise, I want to play.
Managers are also fallible. Like, Pep's not perfect, man.
I know he's not
Pep
perfect.
Pep could also be messing up.
Talk to Zlatan. He's not perfect. I understand.
Yeah, Pep could also be at fault. That's all I'm saying.
Pep's problem is that Kevin De Bruyne's out for 3 months.
Dude, I love that. Dude,
3 months. Like, I feel bad for Kevin. Because I want this guy to stay fit. I don't think anyone that brilliant should be injured at all.
Agreed.
You know, but as far as City's concerned, I hope he never plays again.
Dude,
the more games he misses, the better.
I didn't think. Look, I knew De Bruyne was very important for City. He's the best center mid, I think, outside of Luka Modric. Kevin De Bruyne, it's his throne to take next as soon as Modric hangs up those boots, or at least slows down.
I'm so glad Modric was justified to being given that award by UEFA.
UEFA Player of the Year, for sure, man. Well earned. But you can see City's kind of stuck, let's say, in 5th gear. They're not really in 3rd gear.
That's a high-ass gear.
Dude, they're still winning.
That's a high-ass gear to be
stuck in. They had 78% possession, 90% pass
West Ham's in neutral.
Dude, West Ham's in reverse, bro.
Yo,
they
West
can't get
Ham
this car in gear.
They don't have an engine. They don't have an alternator. They're looking for a muffler. Someone just stole 2 of the 4 tires, actually.
Dude, there's that click when you go start. It's not even like, it's
like
kind of threatening. It's just like
it's
tick,
like
tick.
It's when the battery's dead.
That's it. Nothing, bro.
Shit, man. They left the keys in the car, actually.
So City, you can see they're missing that bit of magic, and that's why I think the last couple of games they haven't scraped by. Because you look at statistically, they hit the post in this game as well. Blah blah blah. But it's not. They're looking human.
It was Wolves they played last. Yeah, it was Wolves they played last week. Scraped by that game.
This game kind of scraped by.
Whenever you have a winning season, then the next year everyone adapts and figures out how to break you down. I mean, if Rafa can do it with Newcastle, a guy that had no investment this summer, working with scraps, brought on Rondon, who got the assist for Yedlin. Great goal, man. Benjamin Mendy,
that
great
pass
going
from
forward.
Rondon.
Got an assist this game, another assist. But defensive shape,
dude, that's
his awareness of where he's in the field, awful.
Dude, that's
At least in this game on that play.
Yeah, in this game for sure. But that's the weakness of the City team with Walker and Mendy. So Walker came out and said basically like he's older now, even though he's 28. He picks his spots more, which is why we've been seeing Mendy be the one who's bombing more, getting assists.
A little bit younger.
Because Walker has also played right center back in the World Cup, so he's kind of understanding that cover position. But that's the weakness in the team right there, Mendy, if you can even call him that. It's that Marcelo factor.
But I also never realized
capitalizing that space.
Just how reliant Pep's system is on the fullbacks. Like, it's so... True. I think about it now. I think of Jordi Alba, Dani Alves.
You think of, what's his name, Kimmich at Bayern.
No, Kimmich, when Lam went down
think
in
about
Alaba.
the first year that Stones came in. Pep was the one that said, hey, relax. He's doing good.
What? He's a center back. No.
What?
No, fullback.
No,
sorry. I thought you said center back. My fault. But same thing. But it's also that whole back line. It's more about the... Anyway, with the center backs as well, it's more about them.
How they react without the ball.
Yeah, rather than the... Because the offensive players, that's just... pure talent right there. But when you get up to a certain spot, he just says, do your thing in the final third.
And all he does is he overloads everyone, right? So he'll put 6 midfielders and forwards up there, and he'll just have his fullbacks pin you in from out wide.
Quadrants.
Yeah, and it's you don't know what formation you're playing. When you play against it, you're like,
fluid.
Is it 3-6-1? Is it 3-4-3? What are they playing? Like, you get really confused. It's intimidating.
There's some good film with Alonso when he was at Bayern with Pep, where the whole defense would just start to expand, and then you just see him filling in every gap there was. I'm like, dude, this guy's a magician.
He's brilliant, man. He's a mad scientist, but...
Well, I'm talking about Alonso, too.
Yeah,
but if we go back all the way where all this started, Sterling. Look, here's the thing with Sterling. I said it from the beginning. The two main areas they need to improve.
Here we go.
Decision-making and finishing, basically. We saw it actually with crossing as well. His accuracy from far is horrendous still with the crossing.
Dang.
It's not horrendous, but it's not great.
A bunch of assists, man.
What?
He's not a crosser.
Sterling? Yeah.
He's not a
crosser,
crosser,
I'm saying is if
he can pick out a pass.
My point is that if he wants to be a Real Madrid player or a Barcelona player, that Real Madrid. But the point is, I don't think he's going to retire with City. I think he's moving on to Madrid if he keeps this up.
Yeah. He could, man. He could go to Madrid, could go to Bayern. He could go anywhere he wants if he keeps this up.
That's Sterling's potential, right? Like
that's what I was saying from the very beginning. I was never hating on him because I I understood why he was leaving because of the wages and all that kind of stuff.
No, you didn't, man.
Well,
look. There's a difference between hating a player and
City because he left Liverpool.
You called him cowish.
Yeah.
On a number of occasions.
You and Snacks.
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He was, and he still is cowish at the point, but he's improving. That's the most important part. Once he gets consistent and away from the Cavani effect, he can finally join a team like Real Madrid.
Why you gotta fire out random shots?
I like that one.
Cavani effect.
Dude, Sterling's 23, man. At the rate he's going, like this roller coaster ticking up to his peak, he's well on pace and always has been. All good, man. So that's always been Tom and I's argument that if he was 25, 26, you could probably criticize him more for that. But at the time he was getting criticized, he was 21, 22, and now he's 23 this year. He's going to be 24 in December.
Thank you, man.
At the rate he's ticking up, if any other player, this was happening to them,
that's what I'm saying.
Any Spanish player, Italian player, French player, we'd all be Jock Martial.
Yep.
And he can't even get a minute at United. We blame the manager.
I'm telling you, man, some people don't like his playing style. Some people don't. They don't like his game. They don't like how he left Liverpool. There's a lot of things. They don't like how he performs for the national team.
His tattoos.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra things with Sterling.
See, the thing is, I don't care about his tattoos or anything like that. Attitude did come into a situation, but I can't really blame him completely because it involved his own personal wage, and that's okay. But then he made the move. Right now, he's a better player because he's at City than if he stayed with Liverpool. Because one of the two main areas he need to improve was decision making. Pep is more intelligent when in that area than Klopp. So I'm happy for Sterling. I'm happy he went to City for the fact that he's now a better player for that. Wow. No, he is.
Huss just said Man City is better than Liverpool.
No.
Pep's better than Klopp.
No.
Are you a City fan? What are you wearing under that shirt?
No. Hey, don't get it mixed up.
Little baby blue.
Don't get that mixed up. When it comes down to individual positions, yeah, Pep might be a little bit smarter, but as a team, getting a team to rally around each other, Klopp is by far the best.
As far as who could jump higher on the sideline, it's got to be Klopp. It's got to be Klopp.
How does Klopp's teams do against City?
Bigger teeth,
Hey, how does Klopp's teams do against Pep's teams? They do well. They do very well.
But I think
what
Pep
does
has
Klopp
the
win?
winning
No,
record.
I understand.
What
that.
does Klopp win?
I understand, but Klopp
What does Klopp win?
has always
What does he
worked.
win,
I'm
though?
trying to tell you, Klopp has always played with a worse roster
What does he want,
on paper. Look, he went from Barcelona to Bayern Munich to City. If you can't win trophies with them,
I'm not even comparing him
He
to
been
Pep.
burned at the stake.
I'm not even comparing him to Pep.
Comparing him to himself.
But what has he won?
Compared to himself, what do you
no.
want?
Since he's come over from Germany, that actually just got brought up because Jose
Did just
Mourinho.
get brought up. You got to answer?
No, because Jose Mourinho did bring it up in a press conference because he was saying how the press go after him. He goes, well, what does other coaches won? What about Klopp since he's come over from Germany? He's won nothing. And then Klopp was asked that, and he actually said, do I have to start watching these press conferences? I didn't know Jose was talking about me. But yeah, if he said that, he's right.
Jose did.
I do need to win. And yes, he's right. I have not won.
Did you read,
So
did you read that somewhere?
You want me to look? It just happened.
All right,
No,
let's
it
just
did. Jose, look, Jose didn't call him out directly. All he said is, "I've won more
than anyone
trophies
else,
on my
yeah.
own than all the other."
No,
managers
that
combined.
was okay. I'll look.
Huss
at it.
maybe
He was
talking
like
about
three.
something
They were talking
different.
about 3-0, and he was like, "What is this number? The amount of Premier Leagues I've won."
No. That was also what happened.
Cool. While you look that up, speaking of Jose, let's get into that anyway.
Speaking of hoes.
All right, bro. Watch your
It was,
mouth.
it was at the press conference after the game, I believe.
All right, go for it, man. Keep looking it up.
You're just trying to get me to
before-
not talk.
Before this game starts.
No, not at all. As soon as you find
Go,
it,
Hussy, let's
we're
go.
just trying not to kill the show.
But before the game even began, airplane overhead.
Yep. Go for it.
happened
You're close to the mic.
the banner?
There was a banner. There was a banner flown, and finally, dude, this is the best Jose Mourinho public
Endorsement?
relations
Oh.
move I've ever seen. So
In my life.
usually third year, we all talk about the Mourinho third year curse. He turns on the ownership, turns on his best players, especially turns on the fans because they start demanding results. They're not coming.
But
It's
the
like, you
United
guys suck
fans are
anyway.
unlike any other on this planet. We get behind our team and manage it. We haven't booed yet. We might have booed LVG, but that was worth it. Have never
You
booed
moved
Jose.
every manager minus Fergie.
No, that's not true.
No, we've never booed
some
Jose.
fact checking on that. But
didn't-
last week we lose
Oh.
to Spurs at home.
3-0.
Standing ovation for Jose still. So I mean,
Dude.
all the uncertainty, and he's out, he's in. The fans, for one thing, the club want, or the fans want him.
Yo,
Yeah, so that was the banner that was flown, basically directed at Ed Woodward, and using a quote Mourinho said. Basically, the banner said, word for word, Ed Woodward, specialist in failure. And if you guys remember that a couple of years ago,
nah,
the
we don't
war-
remember.
Well, Gooners remember it. The war of words between Wenger and Jose Mourinho, calling Wenger a specialist in failure. So the fans did a little play on that. But basically, man, it comes down. We're
That was
not gonna.
brilliant, man. That was
It's so brilliant.
that
We're
was a
not
double
gonna.
jab.
We're not gonna dig it up too deep because I think we talked about it on last week's episode. But essentially, United have lived in the stone age of not having a sporting director, and we were blessed to have the best managers that's ever been on this planet, Alex Ferguson, and who worked well with David Gill at the time. I think he was vice chairman. So they didn't really need a guy in between them, a sporting director, to help with the direction of the club. Fergie could kind of put his 2 cents in, and David Gill would go out there and get it done. Ed Woodward has brought in record high revenues from Man United. As a business, the business of Man United is brilliant. Even spending money on Pogba, blah, 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 all these dudes. But what I'm saying is, the sporting director coming in is a must for the fans, for the direction of the club. And the last 2 games, I think Mourinho has recognized. He said in the summer that he wants center backs. Ed Woodward basically said, you bought Eric Bailly and you bought Lindelof. We're not buying any more center backs. No Maguire for you.
But
Nothing.
he wanted an established center back, not just a
Exactly.
prospect. He
A
said, these guys are
Bonucci.
young. I need some guy who's in
There's
his prime.
Bonucci, Boateng
you know?
was linked. Toby Alderweireld especially, we could have got him at a
It
discount
even came out
price.
today that when Ronaldo went up for sale, he was leaving Real Madrid. Jose went to the board and he said, hey, please don't. Please don't put in a bid. I need a defender. Like, we don't need any more attacking. Like he went directly to them to say, not sign him. I need a defender. And he didn't get a defender.
Yeah, and you look at Man United's goal difference since the season started. The defense has been an issue, be it Bailly, be it
Shambles.
Lindelof.
I tried to
Jones
tell
and
you,
Smalling
your center
were
backs,
decent.
bro.
Yeah, look, you got a
Smalling
shot
looked
there,
good
but
against Spurs, man.
yeah, Smalling
he
looked
did
good
look
until he
against
got
Spurs.
one-on-one with Mora. Unlucky
I
to
think
miss that
this
tackle, but he
game-
looked good.
Fellaini probably should get. I know Lukaku got the brace. And
Fellaini.
Fellaini should have had. I mean, Lukaku should have had 4 goals in this game, but Fellaini helped stabilize this midfield. Every time the 2 center backs of United would split, Fellaini would
dropped
fill
in.
in the middle.
It turned into a bit of a 3-5-2 on defense, or even a
little bit.
5 across, because they were basically game planning Chris Wood, Vokes as well.
So when you had the ball, especially your center backs would split wide, he'd drop in the middle, and then him and Pogba could exchange at times too. Fellaini would drag
Dude, and
the man
Fellaini
out.
had dribbles this game, which was weird. It was weird. He had
He's
turns.
grown, man. He's
evolved
a bit.
He's played. He played
can
really
dribble.
well.
He dribbled
man.
at Everton.
Yeah, but
Once he came over to United, he'd been neutered.
Yeah, but he's not anymore. Is my point, man. That's
Well,
all
he's
I'm
been
saying.
neutered, that's
All right,
why.
No need to get fired up. Bro.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
know you were a
vasectomy
Fellaini
reverse,
fan.
son. Yeah, that shit
I
I
reverse.
was like, get off my boy.
No, I just hate how people hate on this guy like he has no offensive skills. He was an offensive player at Everton.
Yeah, it was a number
Yeah.
10.
Because
he could play center forward too.
he was almost looking only like a Dele Alli was gonna, like what Dele Alli is now.
Let's not
That-
get greedy.
No, that's actually
Let's not get greedy.
No, that's very similar
like
to
the
what they were.
position, kind of like he'd play
Hard-nosed.
Wrecking ball.
off of another striker, or he'd be like that central striker at
Exactly.
times. But look, here's
And
the
he had some
thing.
good shots too.
Here's the thing with United, with me that I've recognized over the past 2 performances.
Brilliant.
The past 2 games, they're playing differently. And my thing is the first game was at Man U at Leicester at EPL. The first game of the season.
Leicester,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Man United versus Leicester. You guys did not look like this. Same thing against Brighton. You guys were slow. You were sluggish.
100%.
Something changed against Spurs.
You know what it is? And it was that Woodward point where it came to a head. So we lost those 2 games.
Yeah.
Those first 2.
And you looked shitty.
We looked shitty, and the center backs were an issue. So I think Mourinho basically recognized that there's a war coming. And if I don't get these fans on my side, it's going to be another third-year treatment for him. So basically, against Tottenham, we lost 3-0, dude. We got smoked by Tottenham, but he went for it. He played, and if Lukaku hits that wide-open goal to open up the game, who knows what happens that game? Maybe we would have won, tied, whatever. But either way, it was positive. And here at Burnley, I think Burnley was pretty beta. I don't want to get too greedy about this Burnley win. Burnley
rolled over. They rolled over.
But
this wasn't the Burnley we
difference
used to
is
seeing.
we had 60-70% possession in
And
their
it
half.
should have been.
whereas
It should have been
before.
4-0.
It was dominant.
5-0 even, or
was.
5-1.
So
there was purpose.
Joey Hart with the great penalty save too.
Joey had to show up against us. All these
Dude,
goalies,
he had
dude,
a
they always
great
show
game,
up
man.
against us.
The goals against him, he really couldn't do much about.
Yeah.
But he got peppered, made some big saves,
Dude.
saved the penalty too, kept the minute.
Oh, that was a shitty
fuck
PK.
but
Dude,
that
I've
first
had enough of this run-up.
Pogba with the
This weird run-up.
slow ass.
I like
run-up.
it.
Pick
What
a
are you
corner,
doing?
man.
I like
Pick a
the
corner.
first 2 times it was great because he smashed the second one, passed it in the
The
first
second one, he jogged a little bit, then he
Bang!
sprinted. Yeah.
I like that because the goalie's like he's gonna go slow. It kind of unpredictable for them.
I don't like it.
I hate it,
Just
man.
take it like Harry Kane or James Milner.
Harry
Run
James
into
Milner, put it in.
Or
Smash it
Lampard.
and pick a corner.
Or
Yep.
Milner.
Lampard.
Yeah.
So,
Lampard.
all right. So United, there's a lot of storylines coming in, but one of the biggest storylines is what happened to Burnley. This was one of the most
Yeah,
defensively
that's a
sound
great
teams
question.
last year. And look at the way Alexis Sanchez was pressed, or lack of press, when he was able to cross that ball to Lukaku. Last year, he doesn't get that cross off, or at least he has a little bit more pressure on him.
sure.
I don't know, because it's basically the same team as last year.
Except who did they add?
Joey
The
Hart.
curse of Joey
But-
Hart.
Yes,
That's
the
the
curse.
curse.
Yes, you can say
I'm
the
telling
curse,
you, man.
but again,
I'm telling you, bro. Do you see the goal? The second goal with
what
Ben
about
Reed?
all the effort, though? The effort of the 10 plays in front of the
Huss,
goal.
you're 100% right. Obviously,
They get
there's
comfortable.
A bit of, he's saying that with a bit of humor involved, but you're 100% right, man.
A bit, only a bit.
Could you tell?
Burnley rolled over, and they were talking about Burnley has had to get in Europa qualification, and they failed to qualify. They played like 10 games or so, like
It's gonna be tough. They
But it
play
doesn't-
Thursday.
but it-
and
No, they
No,
didn't
they're
make
out.
it. They got knocked
They're out,
out.
yeah. So I'm actually
they
thinking it's
played
almost like
10
a
games
case
up
of
to
broken
now.
heart a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
Broken
And
spirit,
but-
rather.
by the time
but
you're
in
10
this-
games in, your legs should be under you. Like, Burnley wasn't even pressing us. I'm totally with you. It wasn't that Burnley played bad
But
or
listen,
they didn't try. They didn't even press United.
On their performance, man, these guys just played Europa League on Thursday, so a lot of them were tired.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro. The
Dude,
season just started.
I don't
no,
care,
but the thing is,
Hey,
it's the
They
same
did better over
guys.
the winter break when it was every
Intensity.
3 days.
Thank
So
you, dude. They were
they're-
Burnley
but
over.
By
no
the
one
time
wanted to
that
play.
time in the year comes around, by the time that time, you're already primed. Like you're,
By the
you're in
time
good.
that
Yeah,
time.
No, okay. After 10 games, do you think your legs are more fresh than after 20 games? Not form. I mean fresh. These guys weren't even running. I'm not even talking form.
They're tired. Fatigue's a real thing.
It depends.
So
It
then after
depends.
20 games in December, they're not going to
No,
be
they'll
fatigued?
have to
They're
catch
gonna
a
be-
second
it
win by
depends
then.
how soon the game comes after. If you
But
play
December is-
Thursday and then you play Sunday
But
or
bro-
Saturday, like
But there's a reason Burnley finished 7th last season. No one wanted to go to the turf more and play. Even in that December stretch, like games every 2 or 3 days.
bro, it's the
This
same
was an
thing that
effort
happened
thing.
to Leicester City. Burnley reaching Europa was not equivalent to winning the league like Leicester did, but think about it, man. Like, they've never been in this competition, or they haven't been in this competition in a really long time. So all of a sudden, the players have to get adjusted. Manager has to start shuffling. Flights affect people differently as well. Look, it's not if they play like shit. The way they played, Sean Dyche is definitely gonna get in him. He's definitely gonna be pissed off about this performance because they didn't really show any heart. Even when they went down to Man United, Marcus Rashford headbutts Barnsley.
Bullshit.
I thought at first it was a red card for a red card on Barnsley, but after looking back at it, Barnsley deserved the yellow card. Rashford, I think the ref, John Moss was a Moss, right?
He didn't even headbutt him. He pushed him with his head.
That was the right call.
I understand. By the book, I understand, but I still don't like that.
But it's
so not silly. Like he headbutted him.
Yeah, but it's so silly because he did. He
dropped
his head.
No, it wasn't like a push.
It wasn't a bar
push with a head.
You know why he headbutted him? Because the distance at which he walked from. If Al and I are close to close, and then we grind our heads on each other, that's different. If I'm walking 7 feet away from you and I walk up to you and I lean my head in, it's a headbutt. I didn't cock it back, but it's a headbutt.
And Barnsley didn't meet him in the middle either. Yeah. He stood there, stood straight. Rashford initiated, and that's even worse because with Charleston, literally just did something even smaller contact. With Charleston, just even like push nudged. That I can give you the push for. This one was a headbutt, man, a soft one.
And
but
what's hilarious is Rashford was balling. He earns the PK.
Yeah, dude.
Like
he was looking sharp.
He was doing work, man, and you could tell when he was coming on. He was frustrated because he looked like, "What, you gonna give me freaking 15 minutes or whatever?"
I'll show you what I can do.
There was that moment where it was the missed penalty, the red card, and then right after that, Burnley had a legitimate chance. I forget which player it was, but they threw their head up weird. Instead of driving their head down, trying to head that ball from the corner, they drove it like weirdly up.
And it went over the net. It was Vokes.
Yeah, so you could have had a red card, a missed penalty, and a conceded goal.
They had
within
all
3 minutes.
They had all the guards on their
side.
We
also should have had
the breakaway.
Ben B should have got 2 fucking red cards.
Yeah.
The first one, he tackles him on the last man and grabs the ball.
Dude, he didn't even call a foul.
Not even a foul.
Call the throw.
I thought he was gonna call the initial foul on Pogba because Pogba got tugged before that. So I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna bring it back to that.
Dude,
Moss
John
had a rough game.
Look, I'm not gonna say anything about the one where he went down. Yeah, it looked like he was trying to use his hand, but also,
dude, he grabbed the ball.
He literally fell.
No, he didn't grab the ball. He came down
Are you
on the
talking
ball.
about Ben Mee?
Yeah, he didn't grab the ball.
Profession. He's a captain. He knows what he's doing.
Dude.
And
Lukaku, shit!
But I'm not gonna give him a red card. But the Lukaku one, I don't know if I'm getting a red card on that, but I still think I'm getting a penalty right there.
He jumps on his back for a second, and then let's go at the right time. It was the perfect amount.
Dude, Lukaku's such a house that it didn't fucking feel it, dude.
He just go down.
He's too big. He's like, oh, is that something there? I'm trying to
get it. You bench press 300 pounds. We get it, dude. You deadlift 1,000. We get it. Go down. This is chess. This is not freaking CrossFit
but fucking
games.
What's his name? The dude from NBC, Kyle Martino, shitting on Lukaku, saying, "Oh, basically it was a foul on Lukaku because he leaned into the contact." Like, dude, he's protecting the ball.
He's in possession. You're allowed to lean into contact.
What do you think? Did Lukaku make the right decision?
if
that was personal right there, son.
Look, if there was no.
Did Lukaku make the right decision to go around the goalie, or should he have slotted it in?
He's going right down the middle, right? Joey Hart, what's his favorite hand?
You saw what he did last week when he went to the right.
Joey Hart, what's his favorite hand? His right hand. His strong hand.
Right.
Strong side. My strong hand. Grab my strong hand. Dude, so I think Lukaku did the right thing. He went around the goalie.
Yeah, me too.
And Ben Mee fouled him. But somehow it's Lukaku's fault. He should have shot. It says Snag. Shut up, Snag.
Okay, first off,
tired of your hate.
No, to be fair,
he scores a brace and you still hate him.
To be
Get
fair,
out of here.
He should have been able to finish that before me came up to him. The way he tried to do a scissor and then he slowed down so much.
Scissor.
But
he fucking beat the
goalie. You know why,
goalie.
Huss? Because he took his touch just a little too far wide.
Thank you. So he's not at the level that he should be in the next year or two. Like that's where he needs to improve.
That's the margin you're trying to get to right now.
No, what's petty?
He's at the level
because
he should be.
Dude, literally, too far, but he protected the ball. He would have scored or got a penalty.
If he doesn't get fouled, he's slotting that in. If he doesn't get rugby tackled from behind, he's slotting that. It's a goal. He beat the goal.
If Firmino gets tackled like that, he's going down.
Thank you, dude.
It's a penalty.
No. I still think that's a penalty, but
twinkle toe.
But why have he even get that far? Why don't you just put it in?
Because he had no angle. He's going
top strikers put that in before the play happened.
False, man. Some strikers take.
No, that's not false.
Dude, we've seen Ronaldo. Dude, he literally did the Ronaldo where he does step overs. We've seen that move.
He doesn't do this. Don't even put those guys in the same category with that.
R9 did the same thing. Not CR7. R9 hit him with the scissors.
Don't say even R. that's even worse.
Dude, he did the same move. All I'm saying is he did the same move as R9.
Slower though and worse.
Dude, he got by
up.
Joey Hart. Joey Hart's ankles.
First of Joey Hart. Now we're saying
know
he's a good
what
goalie. He got by Joey Hart though.
You know what Joey Hart's ankles are right now? In an ice bucket, bro. He got his shit broken. He got his shit broken. He was diving one way. Lukaku went the other way. Had to be bailed
If
out.
we're gonna say that, there's a lot of pieces.
Bend me with a hug.
There's a lot of things about Joey Hart
was
that
trying
are
to play
anymore, I guess.
goalie on the fucking on the previous goal as well. He was sitting behind.
That's because he
Joe
doesn't
Hart.
trust Joey Hart.
If we want to talk about goalkeepers, we have to talk about that the save at the end of the game by De Gea.
Casual.
Oh, what he just caught it?
Goalie left. No. Goalie left when he goes down. I'm not sure if it was a header. It was like
He caught it, bro.
Did he actually catch
with
that?
the header? With the header you
Oh
talking
no,
about?
no, you're right. Yeah,
No, he
you're
pushed
right.
it away.
He
But I'm
pushed
still like,
But did you see that strong push?
yeah. But I'm just like, that's the type of goalie that United have to have. If they don't have De Gea,
bro.
if they have someone else in, this could be a draw.
See,
Yeah, for sure,
there's
man.
something
For
you guys
sure,
have to
absolutely.
It's something you have to
Absolutely.
understand about Man United Football Club, and it's that we always have a special goalie.
Yeah, we do.
We always have a special goalie.
Van der Sar.
From Van der Sar to before that Peter Schmeichel, even Barthez with his special saves, but not nearly as close to Van der Sar.
Done with your
Now
history
David De
lesson.
Gea. We've had 3 of the best goalies in history play for our club. It's just
In
something
history?
because the way we play, man,
Peter
we play.
Schmeichel has a shout.
Dude, we play gung ho. We play on the fucking throat. We don't worry about defense too much because we're gonna score more goals, but we'll still defend.
Look,
but
if
the
you're
special goalie
performing
is
the
always
way
there.
you're performing, if Man United can keep your speed
style.
of play,
Yeah.
your fullbacks overlap, because that's really what's happening.
Luke Shaw.
Shaw, baby.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw coming through.
I got you, bro.
Yo,
Love this
give us
Shaw.
applause. Yeah.
Woo!
We saw this against.
Show me your tits.
Was it PSV or Ajax 2 years ago? Europa
Where he
League.
broke his leg.
When he broke his leg. The first 2 games before that, man, he was
So
lights out,
sharp.
fast, looked great.
Same way he looks now.
And when you break a leg, man, it takes a while to get back. It's a major injury. So.
And it's psychological too. For some players, they
Psychological and
bounce right
physical,
back.
yeah.
But Eduardo, I think,
Eduardo's
broke
not
his
the
leg.
same,
Was
yeah.
never the
Bolasie,
same.
did he
Bolasie
do his
is-
knee or his leg?
Yeah, he did his knee,
Okay.
ACL.
All right,
But even
so
he's not the same.
before we move
Rambo
on,
came back.
I got this right here. Mourinho was talking about Klopp on Friday.
Bitch.
Klopp then goes, "What did Mourinho say? Now I'm interested." He goes,
What did
"He's
he
right."
say?
He goes, "He's right. That's right. If he's
boy.
speaking about me, because when he talked about,
That was the worst quote I've ever.
Why don't you just read the quote?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go
He's
through the
right.
whole
He's right.
thing. But the point is,
What did Jose say?
I'm trying to get there.
No,
They don't
they're
actually
not.
have the.
Go ahead, go.
So basically, Jose was defending. I don't have the quote from Jose, but
Oh,
he basically
there it
he was defending his managerial record and asked why Liverpool's boss was not being questioned on his own failure to deliver.
Was
silverware.
it HussyFacts.com?
Right? You looking up a blog post? Last night's
Oh
blog
my
post?
God. I gave it.
All right,
That
so
was
United, you're fine.
inconclusive.
I gave it all I got.
That was just inconclusive.
I tried to bring up the quote, but they weren't listed.
My iPhone's not working.
I did my
My
best.
iPhone 2G.
No, but United, man, if they continue to play the way they have these last 2 games with that purposeful attack, that's all we ask for. Purposeful attack. You win some, you lose some, but
You
gotta
will be
dive
exposed
at the
against
sword.
better teams, against Champions League
Not
teams.
necessarily,
No,
man.
you know
You
why?
will be
No,
exposed.
because he'll go back to his shell.
And we'll
Against the
fucking
big
defend,
teams, he
yeah.
goes back. Just like Liverpool, we didn't lose to Liverpool. I think we didn't lose to City
Beat
either.
Man City and lost, I think.
I just think
Yeah, so
the
like-
quality of player is the issue. I don't think it's the style.
No, it'll come
it's
around.
the quality of player, I think,
I think
is the
Fred's,
issue.
January, I
Fred's
think
gonna
there'll be a
there,
signing.
man. By
Yeah.
January, Fred will be ready. First year.
I think Fellaini's gonna steal Fred's job, man.
I think
Dude,
Bayern
whoever's
will be
better.
ready.
I don't care who's in there. If you're playing better,
Fellaini
play.
was there for the physical side of being away at Burnley.
Yeah,
that's why
the
Fellaini
height.
started.
You guys didn't play
But
against
dude,
any
there was a
speedsters.
stat. Last season in the league alone, Fellaini started 16 games. United won 13
of the 16 he
of the
started.
16. That's a crazy stat. So you see, he's got,
Important.
there's no we're not going to win on this.
He's an easy victim. He's an easy victim.
13
High
wins out
school
of 16.
soccer, just lump it up to
Whatever you
Fellaini.
got to do, bro.
There was no
You've been a
there
second.
was no lumping this game. So
No, there was not.
There was a ton of lumping to Lukaku.
Yeah, at the start.
Although
At the
Pogba
start
did
there
have
was.
that dime that where we're talking about, where Lukaku beat the goalkeeper. That was
That was all Pogs. Dude, unlike Pogs.
we're not
was
going to
just
talk
like
about how he
that.
went around the goalie and smoked him. No,
Are we going to talk about any other matches tonight, guys?
yeah. No, we do need to move on.
20 minutes
Arsenal,
later.
Cardiff 2, Arsenal 3, Arsenal
And it's
over here.
Arsenal.
Arsenal's playing basketball against arguably the worst team in the league. I don't think they made any big signings.
They're the
By far the
last
greatest
the
team.
last team in all of English football. That's
score.
Wales and England to score a goal.
Oh wow, you
They
guys
did
did your
it
research.
twice.
Yeah, we did our research for this
Against the
game.
Goons.
Oh, shit.
How about that
Dude,
defense?
this Gooner defense.
How about that defense?
How about that offense? Why don't you focus on the positive, son? Get your head
Who
out
are you
there.
playing, dude?
No, because
Cardiff.
because a year ago when Huss was saying that, all we have to do is outscore him.
That's
You
not
were
what I
all
said.
over him,
we
dude.
have to do. What were my predictions for Arsenal? All
Not
right,
gonna be
we're not.
soft.
We're gonna score goals.
Not gonna be
We've
soft.
scored goals so far, and we're not gonna be soft.
Yeah, I get.
And to get the away win, which was something we struggled with last
for
year,
sure.
that to me is the biggest thing out of this story.
But you
Under
still
Wenger-
struggled. You still struggled with it.
Yeah, but we got the W at the end of the day. We
still
can
struggled,
work
though.
off that. Yeah, we know what we
Against
need
Cardiff.
to address. We know what we need to address. Is defending and
It's your
Petacek
whole
trying
team,
to
dude.
Yeah, there's a few
play
things.
inside of his own six. Petacek trying to make a pass out of his box is a nightmare. That's
Dude,
something we
Petacek
can't
trying to
have.
make a pass, period. Wide open or not is a nightmare. And we're talking left foot, right foot.
I don't
It
know why he
fucking
thinks he
matter.
can go with the right foot. Dude, this guy's making right foot passes
Dude,
down
you know
the
what it
middle of
is?
the field.
It's the manager, bro. The manager's like, do what I say or get out. It's only a matter of time. I think
I think he's
Petacek
trying
has
to
3 more
expose him.
games.
I think he's trying
Like-
to teach an old dog new tricks, and you can't do that at this
But,
stage
no,
with
he's
Petacek.
doing-
Like
he's
dogs,
doing-
you just have to
feel like
bring him behind
He's
the
doing
shed.
that just so that when he pulls him out, he's like,
Exactly.
see, you can't play my brand.
Exactly.
They have him who was the goalie at Raul Bravo?
Claudio.
Claudio Bravo.
Yeah. Joey Hart, you got rid of him right away.
Yeah, Torre, but Joey Hart especially can't play the system, man. You're moving you
Dude,
want.
he's giving him enough rope to where the fans can't complain and say, oh, you're upsetting a captain, a legend. We all see he's exposed. Now it's time. I hope Leno is
Giving him rope because
juggling.
his form is ropey as shit, man. That shit's just
Dude, but his
wavy,
saves,
son.
his saves are fine, man. His saves are fine. His feet is where he's getting exposed. His saving potential, his goal saving potential, is still there, man. But his
Alexander
It's on the-
Lacazette
it's on the edge.
starts.
feet, it is.
Finally.
He's getting old.
I'm so glad Alexander Lacazette starts when I am. A round of applause for you, sir. Him and Aubameyang have that chemistry. And look, first half, Lacazette hits the post. Okay, he may not have seemed like he
didn't
was
even
having a
play
great
first
game.
half.
He did though, man. I'm telling you, watch closer. He was one of the more active Arsenal players. Aubameyang and Ozil, those dudes were sleeping. They
were.
turned it on late, and the thing that Arsenal needs to guard against is not just playing down to your competition, but being comfortable with a lead. Because we're not able to defend 1-0 leads, clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's very,
What
very
was
tight.
it? Was your chant? Oh, 1-0
Yeah.
to the Arsenal. You guys sang that, and what, like 5 minutes later, boom, Cardiff equalizes. It was
Because that was the
great, bro.
old school Arsenal.
That was
would
Tony
score
Adams
1-0
and Seaman. Yeah.
And even before then, and they just shut it down.
Yeah,
This
for
is
sure,
not
man.
that. This is floodgates. Mustafi, look, he had a all right game, but he's not fast enough. Granit Xhaka.
Xhaka.
Don't get me started out.
He's supposed to be a holding midfielder that can pick a pass, ping at distances.
Causes
You
a
can't
goal.
make a 20-yard pass in the air.
Why is
was
he trying to
responsible
make
for
the pass in
for
the air?
second goal
Because
there.
he thinks he's Pogba, bro.
Bro, he's
He's
just-
big switches. He thinks he's Paul Scholes.
He's that dude, yeah. He just wants to like turn and ping and
Yeah.
just
He
watch
he
the
wants
ball
to crunch.
drift.
He wants to
That's
get
it.
yellows, crunch people, ping
Dude.
balls.
And we're not getting yellows,
shoot
getting
from
reds.
distance.
What is the deal with the yellows? Already, I think he's up to 3 and 4 games.
No discipline. My
Like-
man has no discipline, and he's got no feet. He's one of the slowest center
Yeah.
midfielders in the EPL.
Slower than Busquets, bro.
Look, to me, he does more bad than good, and it's not. It's like it's by a couple of percentages. So okay, he does 52% bad, 48% good, but that's too close.
It's
Even
the
that, that's
Ozil
too close.
effect.
You're not providing more. I thought Ozil in this game though. I thought he grew into this game, especially second half.
He did grow in.
He shifted a little bit more into the middle,
But-
and the goal with Aubameyang, that little shirl, it came from Ozil finding Lacazette laying it off, and then it was a
And
nice
then it
finish
came
by
from
Aubameyang.
Cardiff being beta, bro. The guy didn't even stretch his leg. The guy, Aubameyang's literally going to shoot at the
Was
top
it
of your
Morrison,
box.
Cardiff's captain? I love
Yeah,
that
man.
guy.
And he tucks his leg in. I'm like, okay, you're afraid of the ball going under you for a meg. But this guy's at the top of your box. He's one of the best strikers in the world, or at least one of the most highly
Remember, Morrison
respected.
also conceded that corner kick, which it came from the Xhaka delivery, and Mustafi got the goal.
Yeah.
There was a miscommunication with him and the goalie. He went to chest trap it to the goalie.
He
Keeper
tried
had
to
duff
try
it
to
out.
clear it in a panic, and I think it hit like a Aubameyang and like went up in the air. Then he tried to chest
And he was
it
like
to
way
the
too
goalie.
calm. There's an Arsenal striker right behind him, so like, look,
Lacazette repressed him. Yeah, man. It was. I think Cardiff were a bit starstruck. Even Bamba, who's a bit of
I
a
don't think they were, dog. I think
Yeah.
they were taking it to us.
at certain points. But when you guys wanted to grab the game by the scruff of
Yeah,
his
no,
neck,
we couldn't.
they allowed you, bro.
Because
Some burn the-
our attack
burn
is
the beta
ridiculous.
shit.
Arsenal, look,
He's
bro.
got Sol Bamba has to go in name 11, by the way.
La Bamba?
Sol Bamba.
Look,
Solomon
I
Bamba.
This is a little fantasy salt for me. I had Mkhitaryan in my squad. I really think that if Mkhitaryan's playing this game, this is not a 3-2 game. This is 4-2 maybe. Maybe 5-2. I think
Probably
Mkhitaryan
10-2.
No, I think Mkhitaryan
Come on.
makes that much of a difference in this match. Because
Look,
this guy is just fire on the outside. Look how many, like, when he plays, look how many crosses get get across that box.
In December, when he got signed in January, I think he created the most goal-scoring opportunities in that period over Ozil. In this game, I think instead of Ozil, he could have played. Aubameyang, he's got to be on the same field as Lacazette.
I fully agree with that.
Yeah, but trying to get Ozil to go to the right side, because Ramsey balled. He didn't get any stats whatsoever.
Bro,
but he was
covered
constantly
every single blade of grass.
When he doesn't get injured, when he stays injury-free, he's a legit player. How about a couple years ago when he had like 10 goals in 6 games that he was just firing on it? It could have been like 4 years ago.
And he's playing against his old club. This is his boyhood club, Cardiff.
Yeah, and they're playing him in his Wales spot. This is the position he plays for Wales, behind the forwards, getting in late into the box. Basically the Ozil position. He just comes with the work rate and the intensity and can take people on. Ozil's still brilliant. I don't know if Ozil is the type of player, though, you can, have him be a bit of a supporting guy, like coming off the bench. But if you can, you should definitely have him in the rotation.
And him and Mkhitaryan, in terms of their work rate defensively, is about the same.
Well, I mean,
Mkhitaryan doesn't track back as much. We saw it.
Man.
We saw it against Chelsea.
He tracks back more than Ozil.
And
he tracks back more than
because
Ozil.
But having Ramsey in the middle, though,
slightly more.
Ramsey's a hard-working guy. Ramsey, it's basically, do you want hard work or do you want the cute skill? So it's basically, do you want the cute girl or do you want the girl that can fix your toilet? It's just like a kitchen.
I want the cute girl.
We're talking Mkhitaryan, Ozil, because Ramsey has to start.
I can.
Ramsey has to start, but Lacazette, man, played 45 minutes in this game, basically, in my opinion. But, man, the chemistry is undeniable between him and Aubameyang.
Look, man, Arsenal's fullbacks get isolated. Bellerin going forward has been brilliant all season, but he's getting kind of left out to dry because whoever's playing that right wing spot isn't really helping him out as much.
Ozil.
Guendouzi, gotta mention my boy, had a decent game this game. Had a decent game. But really, the guy we should be talking about is Lucas motherfucking Torreira. Okay, I've been telling you guys about Lucas motherfucking Torreira. All right, bro, he's a problem, man, and he stabilizes that Arsenal midfield. He's able to defend. He's also able to make the forward pass, join into the attack. I think him and Guendouzi alongside each other, if you just take Granit Xhaka out of this starting lineup and you put in Lucas Torreira, I think that's probably our strongest team right now. Maybe if you finagle.
But who's going to shoot the ball from 50 yards away?
Aubameyang will.
Aubameyang, he can catch the ball 50 yards away. He's that fast.
Now, Granit Xhaka, take a seat, son. You're done.
Torreira's got to be the shortest player in the Premier League, right? This guy is tiny, man, but he plays like a lion.
It's like an elf on the shelf.
He's Conte size. Him and Conte were made in the same factory. I'm just saying, they were made in the same factory, man.
Interesting.
Conte was like the first model, though. You know what I mean?
He broke the mold, bro. Yeah. They were like, all right, let's put this mold back together.
He's like Sega Masters. This guy's like Sega Genesis. What are you trying to say?
Okay.
Sega Saturn, maybe?
Okay. Give him a boost. Dude, Camarasa gets a goal. Good for him, man. He breaks the duck for Cardiff. Like we said, they finally get goals to kick off their campaign. Guy looked promising, man. Cardiff, I think they're going to struggle. I think they might even be the favorites to go down. Neil Warnock, an absolute... I don't want to say legend. What's the word? Just a veteran. I think he's been in the game 30 years, they said. 14 teams or so.
Stifled us for a little bit.
He could pull a Hudson where somehow, some way, man, he turns this around and manages to keep him up in the league. But it's not looking good for this team.
I mean, it's Cardiff. Not a lot of clout. Didn't invest like Fulham did.
No, they didn't.
In the offseason.
I think they invested the least out of all the teams in the league. But they have guys who are semi-promising. Junior Hoylett can always show up once every few games. Harry Arter of Bournemouth, solid player. I like the guy who scored the goal. What was his name? Ward. Ward was.
That was a hell of a header, though.
Yeah, man.
That's one of the best headers you'll ever see, man.
A snap header.
For sure, man.
I like the dude Reed. I think he can be a little bit of a game changer, but his decision making has to get better.
Yeah,
100%, because he has the speed and dribbling ability to change a game.
But yeah, man, Cardiff in trouble, but no one expects much from him, dude.
With that near post roofer. Let me roof this on you.
Dude, that was so disrespectful.
But dude, was that Bamba on that defending, man? Gave him way too much space.
Yeah. Let him turn.
That's Cardiff for you, man.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Arsenal got lucky, dude. Proper defenders not gonna let you turn like that in the box.
Lucky. That's what
I
was saying.
Like that's
taking advantage.
They were starstruck, man. That's what I'm saying. They were starstruck, dude.
India versus Brazil.
Or kind of like when you guys play us every time we randomize.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. You guys always get Man United,
Chelsea, and Man City.
I'm over here with West Brom trying to make it happen, bro.
One time.
Still made it happen.
One time. And just because the game likes us better doesn't mean anything.
But yeah, man.
It doesn't, because you're still taking these L's.
You act like you haven't lost.
I haven't in a while.
Bro.
Yo,
I haven't in a while.
Last week.
No, we didn't lose last week.
Yeah, you did. At least one.
Dude, Arsenal finding their form. I think Lacazette has made the statement. You have to start
He
this
led
guy.
the line, though. He wasn't out wide supporting Aubameyang.
Poor Aubameyang.
Wide.
That's where the problem might come in. Aubameyang being out wide. That first half, man, he was anonymous. He's got to find a way to get involved in the game from being out wide. Second half, much better from Aubameyang, but you can't play 45 minutes.
What it is Lacazette likes to drop in a little bit deeper, receive the ball at his feet. Aubameyang can make those runs in behind. Now, Aubameyang may not necessarily need to play as traditionally wide as a left winger would, like a Hazard or something like that. He could play a little bit closer to Lacazette, but they have a clear partnership. Even after the goal, they shake hands, they smile, they laugh. Like,
dude,
they love playing with each other.
celebrated Aubameyang's goal like he scored.
Bro,
yeah.
This could be special. I'm telling you right now, this partnership could be special.
It seems like they're buddies, man. Like the handshake celebration they have together. Like, they seem to be friends.
They like each other.
Well, it makes sense why they'd be friends, because they're working off each other and they're doing good.
Whatever.
If they're not being productive and they both have bad attitudes, but we saw it from the very beginning when Aubameyang came in last year, where I think he handed off a penalty right to Lacazette when he could have went for a little hat trick, I believe.
I doubt it was a hat trick.
But it was just one of those moments where everyone know that he was
greedy.
No, he could have
nice
been.
to see Mane do that.
Never. I hope not, bro.
Mane's.
Salah didn't do it for him. Get out of here.
Well, Salah was also trying to break records, but I'm
Messi
but I'm okay with that though.
Messi did it for Suarez today. Just handed him the ball.
Well, they already made those records.
They were winning like 7-2.
But I'm still wondering if Cardiff can stay up this year when they are with blue uniforms, because I don't know if you remember last time they were up, the owner changed it to red uniforms.
Dude,
and there's a whole big thing.
The fans
guy
hated
from
him for
Thailand.
that. Malaysia, don't be racist, bro.
Yo, what is Cardiff's sponsor again? Visit Malaysia.
Yeah,
love that
dope,
shit,
dude. It's dope.
I think Arsenal's got one in the sleeves. Visit Rwanda.
Yeah, I saw that. Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 0. My gamble pays off. Aiden Hazard finally an automatic starter. Gets just a rude goal on poor Begovic, man. Ex-Chelsea backup from an impossible angle. Well, I don't know if it's impossible for Hazard, but from a tight angle, gets that second icing goal for Chelsea.
Target's tushy, and Marcus Alonso wasn't doing shit up until then. He got the yellow. You're like, oh damn, he's in negative points. What's going on? You know what I'm discovering? Anyone playing on this left flank with Eden Hazard is gonna get ducked.
For sure, man.
You gotta credit Alonso because Hazard didn't start every game of this year. But what I'm saying is, regardless of who it is, I think if it was a different left back, they'd also be getting points, because this left side of Chelsea, man.
Not like Alonso. Alonso is a fantasy specialist. Look,
you finally gonna get him?
Yeah, this week I think I'm selling Salah, and I have Rice from West Ham.
You're getting off the Salah boat. Oh,
Salah and Rice. Well, it's the only way I can do it to make this work. But I'm thinking I'm picking up Mane and Alonso for Salah and Rice. Oh. Because Rice doesn't even play anymore. I thought that was an awesome pickup, because I thought he was going to play for West Ham. Obviously, it doesn't matter anyways, because West Ham can't win at anything. Dude, they go to the carnival, come home with nothing. They don't get that basketball. They don't get that dog.
Teddy bear.
Their girlfriend is going home with some Chelsea player. But that's
like, London Heat.
Right?
London Heat. It is what it is. Don't bring him to the State Fair.
Oh my God!
Steal your girl.
But Pedro comes off the bench. Man, Willian's got to get it right. So Willian was going to leave Chelsea if Conte had stuck around. But obviously Conte left, so he stuck around. Gets the start here, and I think he also got the start last game, if I'm not mistaken. You have to fact check me on that.
I think Pedro may have. But quiet. Willian, very quiet.
What is going on, man?
This game.
What is going on with him?
I think he does best when he plays game in, game out. I think he does best when he's rotating back and forth. I think Pedro is actually more suited for that.
Sure,
because he did it at Barcelona. You saw him do that.
But did you see what Sarri, or did you hear what Sarri said before the match? They had a press conference as always, And they're like, oh, why are you playing Willian today rather than Pedro? And paraphrasing, he basically said, well, I looked at it, Willian, I think he's better today. And Pedro, he might come out like... But that's a good problem that I have. I get to choose between Willian and Pedro. They're both great players.
He's lucky. He said he's lucky.
Yeah. So I think he's handling that as a manager very well. I think he's been transitioning into manager at Chelsea very nice.
Yeah,
you know who needs to start? Olivier Giroud.
Oh, you're over Morata?
This is like France. This is like when I was watching France, the first group stage game, and I was like, there's something missing here. Like Mbappe at center forward doesn't quite make sense, and Morata, look, good player, decent player, but Olivier Giroud is ready now to make an impact right now.
Agreed.
His hold-up play, his ability to link up and make others better around him.
There's a bit of magic with Hazard.
His work rate. He's honest. His defensive work rate. He's busting his ass to get back. He's helpful on set pieces as well. Like Olivier Giroud, if you were following the show for a while, he was a guy who I hated. I could not stand him. I don't know why he was even on Arsenal.
Flip flop.
He earned my respect. And I gotta give him respect, man. After you earn my respect like that, son, like mad props to you right now. He deserves to start over Morata.
No, the best part was like 3 years ago when you're like, oh, I hate this guy. Then you're like, oh, I love this guy.
No, it was I hate this guy. I kind of like this guy.
Because he went on his streak.
I warmed up to him.
Yeah, because he scored. Then he stopped scoring.
And now that he's on Chelsea.
Kind of like the same you did to Raheem Sterling.
No.
No, dude, I
told you right away what Sterling had to improve in.
Look, question to break up all this bullshit. All right, is Chelsea a legitimate title contender?
No, but
yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
State your case.
Yes.
Why not?
Okay, because
go ahead, Huss.
We've seen this multiple times through Chelsea where they have gone up and then won the league, and then the next year they would drop down, and they look scary for a little bit. And when I say drop down, they drop to like 6th place or something, 5th
Or
grade.
10th.
Well, yeah, that's true. But then the next year
relegated.
they go and win the league again. So it's a very volatile type of organization where they're always going up and down. And look, they still have Hazard. They still have Aspie. They still have
Conte.
They have
the whole team that they won with except Matic
and Courtois as well.
and Courtois.
And Diego.
Let Al make his case then. Al, why aren't Chelsea title contenders?
No striker.
Olivier Giroud?
He's not going to score you 20 goals.
What about the balance between Pedro, Willian?
It's not going to be enough.
Okay. You don't think that's enough?
I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they'll still finish maybe 3rd. Like, they're going to make a strong push between United, City, Liverpool. Those are my 3. I think Spurs and Chelsea are 4th and 5th there.
And it's a hell of a hot start, man, for Chelsea, man. Winning the
Undefeated.
4 games.
Yeah, well, this guy's new to the league. He doesn't know the winter period.
Well, look, that's what they said about Conte's. That new manager bounce, dude.
Something
And Chelsea
about
always has the new manager bounce.
I'm not reading the fucking moon charts that now the new manager is going to be a good season. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, or it could not be.
Dude, the one thing, like Al, you were saying, or was it Huss? It's September 2nd. Eden Hazard is still wearing blue.
That's the big thing.
That was the key, man.
He still has the ability to be the best player in the entire league.
In the world, man.
So,
in the world.
Yes.
He could compete with Neymar once Messi and Ronaldo step down if he gets a little bit more consistent.
This could be his last season, man.
And
he's 27 now. He's gonna be 28 come next year.
Yeah, it's time to move. If you're gonna make that Madrid jump, it's probably next summer. You got to do it.
But
Otherwise, you're going in at 29, 30 years old. It's too late.
But this bench also isn't crazy good like we've seen in the past. But they still have Loftus-Cheek, Pedro, Giroud, Christensen, Zappacosta, Barkley. They're coming off the bench. That's a pretty solid squad for depth. So through winter,
Moses too when he's healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Chelsea are legitimate title contenders for that reason. They're deep. They have experience.
How can we count them off now? They haven't lost.
Yeah,
we can't count them out now.
They have a better record than City. Yeah, for sure.
And we saw when Jose came back, won. Conte took over, won. Sarri's taking over. They're doing really well.
So and Sarri's playing that brand of football where it's like it's opening up Hazard. It's unlocking Hazard. It's back to attacking. Conte wanted Hazard to work a bit more defensively.
So Jorginho, I was a little skeptical. I didn't know
how. Nice dude, come on.
Dude, this guy's silky. Well, I know, but I didn't watch. But I didn't watch enough of the Serie A with Napoli and seeing like how this guy was because I heard things. I obviously watched YouTube clips. I also watched like the highlight reels and some chunks of games.
He's a pure passer.
But this guy, to see him week in week out, it's just again with all that money coming into the EPL, we are lucky that we can see this guy every week.
I'm so glad Chelsea took him away from Man City because he is the perfect City player. He would have been dictating tempo, like KDB getting hurt. he would have just slotted right in with Gundogan and all these guys, man.
He's way better than Gundogan in the sense of moving the ball around, though.
Well, he would have been hanging back he would have been like taking him for Fernandinho.
Well, that's what I mean. And sometimes Gundogan plays there.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know what I mean? He'll sub in there sometimes. So
Yeah, I mean, he's a solid signing, and it helps a lot that he played with his manager the year before. So it's a nice transition.
watch out for Chelsea potentially signing a guy like Koulibaly from Napoli.
Good, man.
It's kind of like Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx, any given Sunday.
Okay.
At the very end.
Mm-hmm.
How does that go?
You got to claw with your fingernails.
Where when Al Pacino says he's gonna go to another team, then out of nowhere,
Act
the
it
day
out.
after, whatever.
Act it out.
No, I'm not gonna act it out.
Come on,
I haven't
bro,
seen
you
that
can't just
movie.
bring
I
up
haven't seen that movie for
references and not drop a line.
I have not seen that movie probably for like a solid 10
You
years.
still remembered it in the random
you know-
soccer
yeah, because you know you're
conversation.
gonna remember the
Yeah.
line.
Al
Come on,
Pacino.
bro.
It's Al. Come on now.
Give it to us.
I don't. No, I don't. I just remember the press conference. I don't
the
remember
spotlight's
exactly what
on
they
ya.
said. I don't remember exactly.
You're
It's
a
only
cow.
on me
It was
because
a
you
cowardice-
guys
it
are
was a
watching
cowardice
it.
moment. You had the goal in front of you.
That's
All you
it.
had to do was swat it in.
Pulling Lukaku step overs.
Step overs out of bounds.
It's a team sport. I passed you the ball. You kicked it over the net. But what the thing is, I don't exactly
You passed
remember
it
word for
yourself.
word. All I remember is that he left the team and Jamie Foxx left him. And I remember Cameron Diaz sitting there like, what? And they're starting to fumble and like, shit.
This was going somewhere, and then it went nowhere.
And then he took a left turn.
Jorginho.
We were on the bus.
Changing games.
Yeah, man. But Chelsea, like we said, undefeated, looking good. The jury's still out whether they'll be a title contender, but every match day it looks like
They've got to
I'd
defend.
say,
More
I'd say
serious,
Bournemouth were
man.
hard done by not to get anything out of this game. I mean, they kept Chelsea until the 72nd minute, I think, past 70 to score a goal.
Yeah.
You know, they were locked down. They're sitting in 6th place now.
Callum Wilson, come on, man.
I love it. Finally, reality.
And
Burning ya.
uh,
So honeymoon's over for any Bournemouth striker, you know.
so last year
5.8 he got.
there was talks of Eddie Howe maybe being talked to with rumors of the Arsenal job. And Surrey, Howe basically was an apprentice under Surrey, and it was nice to see, the sensei going against the student.
So what Huss is saying, last year, Eddie Howe
The grasshopper.
Yes.
Eddie Howe went and basically sat in on some of Sarri's coaching sessions and stuff. There's a bit of a relationship, a friendship there with the two. So yeah, that was grasshopper.
And you know what? Bournemouth is still looking pretty good, even though they lost 2-0. I think there were definitely moments in the game where I thought that Bournemouth were going to put one away to put the pressure on, or at least maybe 1-1.
Dude, here's
Draw.
my prediction, man. Poch leaves Spurs, and we'll get into the Spurs game now. Poch leaves Spurs at the end of the summer. Off he goes. Eddie Howe takes over at Spurs.
Where does Poch go then?
Spain. I'm
Where though?
smelling Madrid.
Madrid.
I'm
Think
smelling-
Lopetegui gets
Yeah.
Gets that
That's
head
all-
lopped off.
He already
I'm
said he would never go to Barcelona.
No, because he was Espanol
Yeah.
manager. But yeah, I'm smelling he'll go there, or maybe he'll go to the PSG job if he wants a
It's
cush
PSG.
job.
Let's talk about the cucks. Spurs, bunch of cucks
You and
out here,
me.
dude. Look, man, these guys, you can never trust them. This is why you can't trust Spurs right here. You go, you beat Man United at Old Trafford, 3-0,
They got
blank
lucky
'em,
too.
and then you come to Watford away and you take that L.
Dude, that game was bullshit against United. It really was. Like, Spurs didn't play nearly that well. They had a few good chances that they capitalized on. Lucas Moura, individual goals.
Hey, because your defenders are frauds out here. Chris Smalling getting
We
roasted.
were stretched because we were going for the game.
Chris Smalling getting roasted one-on-one.
Not important, man. The important thing is not to get sucked
It's
up.
kind
in-
of
You
important.
said it, and you forget it.
We're talking
You got
about-
roasted.
We're talking about Spurs not being serious contenders, man, because it's just they got lucky. Dele Alli is the biggest poser in the league, man. This guy is shit. God bless you, Tiki.
Dude, he was cowards this game.
This guy
Tom.
never
He was
shows
straight
up,
up
dude. I
cowards.
swear to God.
Yeah, I
Never
think
shows
Al's
up.
taking it too far.
Look, Dele Ali, the hard thing with Ali, I'm kind of
taking it too far.
say
Never
never?
shows up. This guy's shit. That's too far.
When's the last time he showed up?
When it was, he scored like the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, look, Al, I'm with you in a sense. I'm with you in a sense. The problem with Ali is that his stats are always on his side. Some way, somehow, he always has goals and assists.
You could
But-
score, but you still lost. Like, so it's useless because you didn't turn up early.
And he doesn't
That's my
affect
problem.
the game as much as he should, as much as we expect him to. He doesn't grab the game by the scruff of the neck. It's always Eriksen or Kane. Mora recently, Son when Kane was down. Ali will get his ducats. That's the hard thing about him
He's
is
got
that you
one
can't
goal,
say.
by the way. Relax on that 3.
Yeah,
How many assists?
None.
Why does it seem like he was balling at the beginning of the season?
This guy's shit. I've been saying it since the beginning of time.
But he's not shit, though.
Look at his 3 goals. No, I'm kidding. He's not shit. He bothers me because his personality sucks on the field. You know, he's very languid, doesn't work hard, he's careless. He can't get the ball, make a simple pass. He can't do it. He's got to get the ball, do something stupid, and then lose it. And then then he'll go missing. On defense, he's not there. You got Eriksson in the middle. She should be not playing defense. Ali's got to work. He doesn't do it for me, man. He started hot. He had a good couple of years with Spurs. His first year or two, he was hot. Big thing.
And now what? He's gonna burn out now?
No, he's just cooling off, man. Like he needs to get. He can still keep going on, but
I'm just saying if he's shit, then let's define it. Then like where does he stand with you?
No, he's quality, man. But he's not quality yet. He could be quality potentially, but he just doesn't have the consistency to be considered.
That's all it is, mate.
Premier League has him with 1 goal, 1 assist.
Consistency. Huh?
Premier League has him with 1 goal, 1 assist.
Oh, thank you. These Al.com facts.
And then the
Al.com facts.
It might have been like a PK earned or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But look,
I'm just saying, like the first 2 games,
what
we looked at with Spurs, the first couple games, we're like, oh, Ali's actually playing well.
So he earned it. He earned the penalty. You're right.
Dude, the World Cup he was shit. End of last year he was shit.
Yeah.
Like he's been shit for a while.
Even when they played against United, Ali was not an issue at all. He only had that one chance where Ander Herrera had to lock him down, but like he wasn't a major factor in that game.
How many chances did he have in that United game? 1-on-1 with De Gea, can't he make the right decision?
I think, and this one as well. This one against Watford, I think he had 2 opportunities.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's not so much that he's playing horrendous. The problem was that he had such a good season a couple of years back, kind of like with Salah this past year. Oh, he's going to live up to what he can do. Oh, the potential. He has to do more than he did last year.
That's the hard part.
Or if you don't live up to that, you obviously failed because you didn't do what you did last year. But at the same time, is Dele going to be that player who can run a team, to lead a team? I don't think so. That's why he needs a Harry Kane. That's why he needs an Eriksson. I think he's a perfect player to be in between those guys for garbage time goals.
He doesn't have to be the alpha.
Basically, to be enforcer too. Someone comes in, boom.
Look, to be
that's
fair,
that ball. Pass the ball to Eriksson, he can shoot it.
To be fair to him and to throw a little grain of salt in there, man. He's 22 years old. So I'm going to give him that Sterling treatment where I say, look, give this kid a bit of time. He scores magic goals. That's the other thing that buys him time, is that he scores wonder goals.
And tap-ins.
And tap-ins, bro, but he scores,
man.
You know what I mean? So
Filippo Inzaghi scored tap-ins.
No, I'm saying
you scored tap-ins. If you score, you scored, though.
I'm saying it's not your stats, dude. He can hurt you big time in big games without showing up and without his work. So what does it matter if he scores 10 goals against the bottom 10 teams? It counts for nothing.
It does count for something because it gets you in a Champions League spot.
That
helps get you in a Champions League spot.
You're not going to win. You're not beat AC Milan or Barcelona with Dele Alli in the squad.
You're not. Well, I don't know if you.
So what the hell's the point of playing
in the squad?
Look,
no. You're not beating him as the number 1 guy. But
he's going to hurt you with defensively. He's a liability.
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to hurt defensively.
He's a liability. I think that's aggressive, mate.
He's useless. He doesn't. He's useless against big games. You'll see, man. Watch it. Next game. What are you pulling the cords for, Hussy?
Yeah, no, I don't think Dele Alli is useless
in
big games. Whatever, I don't think he's useless in big games, man. And at the same time, he's a young player too.
Dude, where was he in the World Cup? I don't think he showed up for one
Yo, what
game.
was Sterling in the World Cup? We're talking about EPL here.
Sterling showed up at least. He worked his ass off.
Yeah, but he didn't score any goals, really.
Lose that.
A lot of people would beg to differ.
Look, Al, grain of salt, man. Grain of salt. I hear you. I'm watching Ali very closely. I'm on that suspect line on him, too. I'm not sold. The issue, again, is that his numbers. First season, he comes in 10 goals, 9 assists. Next season, 18 goals, 7. And this is just Premier League.
Incredible, yeah.
This is just Premier League. 18 goals, 7 assists. Last season, 9 goals, 10 assists, man. The numbers, and he's 22 years old. The numbers are there, but I'm with you, man. There are times when he disappears for games at a time.
It's a consistency, and that's something he has to work on. He has to work on being more consistent.
I'm with you, Al.
Now, I could take that versus this dude's useless. He's shit, and I know there's a little hyperbole in there, but I think you're just going too hard on him.
I said he's been shit for like almost a year now. Not that he is shit.
But that's false.
Numbers are numbers, man. What did Spurs get last year? Nothing.
They got Champions League, man. They knocked out
That's
Chelsea.
Big.
All I know is that with Son coming back from the Asia Cup, avoids military service. They won the Asia Games.
Nice.
So Son Heung-min coming back to Spurs, solve out this fucking Dele Alli problem, get him off the field. Get Son back in the mix. So Lucas Moura again starting up top for Spurs was deadly against United.
One so deadly this game. I know everybody picked them up this week.
Bro.
Everybody picked Lucas
Everyone
Moura.
thought
I almost did. I was thinking about it, like,
everyone's like, oh, Harry Kane's got a strike partner now, someone to work with him. He's not just alone. This game, Troy Deeney took him by the balls, fucking shut him down their throats.
Dude, he took Sanchez by the balls. You
So-
see that shoulder to shoulder? Sanchez trying to
Man's
body up.
game.
Get out of here, bro.
Man's game.
So real quick with Dele Alli, one more thing.
Is it gonna be?
If we're gonna treat him at 22 years old, basically a veteran, that's unfair. Let's treat him like the way I was saying about Sterling. Let's pick out 2 things that you really need to conquer or improve in. Long range shooting for me, and then also his mentality during a game, his
he's done
attitude,
both. He's done both.
and so right now he has grown up on the field. He has been getting less cards. He has been pushing, punching, headbutting, kicking a lot less. He's been smarter. So that's one huge area you need to grow. And then shooting-wise, he needs to get more accurate with his shot, just like Sterling. Once those come and he can actually be a threat outside of the 18, that's when people go, okay, this guy's for it. We got to step on him. Well, then he can pass and actually create the space behind the defense to allow him to get that garbage goal.
Yeah,
All right,
that's a
Coach
great
Buzz.
shot, man.
All right, Coach Buzz. Well said
Hey,
there.
I'm just trying to break this day. Hey, don't make this game harder than it needs to be.
Oh, what were you just saying?
I wish you'd do that sometimes. I really
What
wish
were
you
you
would.
saying about Huss? Hussy,
What?
what were you just saying about?
Dele Alli.
About the whole thing? You want me to repeat
Dele
everything?
Alli. The problem with him, man, and it's something that I've seen over and over, is that guys who lack initiative or heart on the field, even just a high work rate, you don't just get that overnight.
I'm not saying that.
You know what I
I say he
mean?
had too much heart.
Ozil's never going to be that guy. Mkhitaryan's never going to be that guy. Hazard. They'll work for you maybe one game, but there's no life to Dele Alli's play. He wants the ball. He wants the ball to his feet. Otherwise,
Look, I think
I'm exactly opposite.
unless he has the ball at his feet, man, he's good. The link up play, but
he makes good
it's-
runs.
I think it's early, man. I think it's early. in
I think
his
he had too
career.
much heart at times.
And
That's the problem.
I think Dele Alli's like a positionless player. He's a weird player.
Free
How he
roll.
plays. He's like,
Free
is
roll.
he
watch
playing
watch his decision making
with
man.
Harry
Watch his
Kane? Is he
decision-making.
playing in midfield? He's versatile because you can play him at center midfield, D mid, attacking midfield, even a supporting striker.
He's almost like
he's
like
ki-
Eriksen's enforcer. If someone touches Eriksen, here comes
Listen,
Dele Alli.
no-
Nah,
nobody
that's Musa
listening
Dembele.
cares- No one listening
Oh, yeah,
cares.
that's true.
No one cares about this right now, so let's move on.
We cared about it. We talked about it for 10 minutes.
Let's give a little
I'm
shout
about
out
to say, show no
to
love to Watford.
Let's give a
Dele
little
Alli,
shout out
though.
to
And
Watford.
your boy
You know,
Jan Matt.
who was more excited?
Alli,
Troy
jersey's
Deeney or Elton John?
Jan Matt.
Elton John. Did you see the clips that go,
He's like there with his grandkids or something.
Dude, I mean, this is
Love
this
Elton
is a
John.
London derby, dude. Let's not forget, Watford is in London.
You ever see him
Tottenham
on
is
Grindr?
in London. Holebas, I think he's secretly one of the most underrated pickups for fantasy, man. Gets 2 assists. I think 2 games ago he got a goal.
Stop the presses.
They come
This dude
out
notorious
in
for getting cards.
4-2-2-2-2 formation.
Just be careful on Holy Bus. I'm just saying.
No, man, but it's
He's having a good season. He's hot.
Yeah, I'm
He's
not
hot.
saying
He jumping on the
he's
Holy Bus?
about this life.
Maybe. No. Some dudes might want to. I'm just saying be careful because this dude gets cards.
Yeah, that might be out of his game. We'll see, man. We'll see with Javier Garcia in there.
The 90s.
Oh, Gracia.
Yeah, no,
in
but
there, so-
mad love to Watford, man. They're making history here. First time in their history that they've won the first 4 games of the season.
Dude, undefeated. They're up there with the Liverpools of the world, the Chelseas of the world, man.
But Troy Deeney was like, "Oh, let's don't want to get too carried away here.
Yeah, you know he's in the club
don't
right
wanna
now,
think
bro,
that."
popping
Man,
bottles.
I'm hoping
win the
Cathcart can get back in there because I remember a few years back, loved the name, so I picked him up. Did so well, got me so many points, and then he just fell off the cliff. And then I got hurt for like 5 games in a row.
Yeah, man. Watford coming out with the penis formation, 4-2-2-2-2, dude. Get it absolutely done.
What's the keeper there?
Looking forward to them. Huh?
Hey, if you guys want to see
Part of
some
the
comedy,
penis is
by
the
the way,
keeper there.
just Google Elton John Watford and go to Google Images. There's a picture of him in like the 1970s, a full kit with his glasses on, trademark, holding the ball. It's hilarious, man. It's like, who's Professor X? Huddersfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when celebrities take part in their squad, man. It's hilarious. But yeah, if you want to laugh, look up Watford, Elton John.
Brilliant stuff, man. Little quick touch here. Getting into it. Brighton versus Fulham. Tie game here.
Cue the quick touch. Go ahead, my bad.
All good, man. I was just waiting for this to load up. But Fulham, man, spent a lot of money this summer. Alexander Mitrovic continues his fine form scoring. Dude, a guy I'm pissed about, Andre Schürrle. I wasn't sure if he was going to get starting time. He's now scored 2 goals in 2 games. The problem is you pick him up now, he's gonna take a nap for a couple of games. It's
Tremaine
so hard
Defoe.
to
You gotta ride or
doesn't.
die. You gotta ride or die.
But hey, that's
Pick 'em
it.
up. It's so hard with these mid-table teams
Because you're rocking the boat right now. You don't know.
Vieto scored, I think, the last game or 2 games ago was
Seri-
a guy carrying.
Seri scored too, man. I picked him up. He got the assist. I thought he was gonna get a clean sheet as well with the win.
Yeah.
Are you
And
serious?
assist. Also, what's his name? Was it Vieto? McDonald?
Yeah, Vieto. Vieto scored, I think, when Mitrovic had his brace. I think Vieto had a goal that game as well. But Glenn Murray, man, continues to get his just rewards.
guy's
This guy for
ridiculous,
me is
dude.
like, obviously not as tall, but like the Peter Crouch type. Like, just works hard. He's a target man. Different style, of course, but very similar
To me-
neighborhood.
to me,
He's Johnny Walters, old Stoke
Oh,
guy.
I like that.
Johnny
I like
Walters,
that.
man,
I
just
like
run
that.
through a wall.
Yeah.
And he's tall, man. Everyone, Brighton plays it into him all game. Plays it into his feet.
He's like a
plays it over
combination
the
to
top.
Jamie Vardy, just in terms of the work rate. Too.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the speed. But
Not
yeah,
the
the work
speed,
rate for
yeah.
sure. He gives
34
his team
years
so
old,
much,
man.
man.
Stays scoring goals. That penalty he had, though, on the Mitrovic handball. What do you think on that? Bullshit call? That penalty? It
Yeah,
bounced
I'll
down. It was lost in the sun. It was coming down. He went to go chest to hit, like his
Yeah,
shoulder.
It was a little harsh.
It was
a
harsh.
little
It was
harsh.
soft. It was for sure soft,
But,
man.
yeah.
For sure soft.
But if you want to talk about fantasy, even just like
No, I don't.
Siri got the assist as well.
I mean,
so you don't know whether to pick
After
that guy.
scoring a
Al just
screamer
said that,
last
bro.
year.
Literally.
This week.
I don't know.
keep saying
Al,
last year.
But
literally
you know what?
said-
I thought you were mocking me.
honestly
Al
honestly
even
didn't hear
picked him
that.
up.
But I was
I
the
thought
whole
you were mocking me
time.
the
The whole
whole time.
time I was actually looking
Listen
at the Brighton
and you'll learn,
squad.
bro.
I honestly didn't.
Listen and you'll learn.
I was looking at Brighton squad because I really like this Brighton squad.
Hey, your boy Gross missed the penalty, man. Guy sucks.
It-
Pascal, yeah, he's
Oh,
having a nightmare, bro.
relax.
Dude,
Do you
Pascal's
have him on
having
your
a
fantasy
nightmare
team?
season.
No, because we
Okay,
can't too expensive.
boy.
Okay.
I will pick him up when the time is
There
right.
shan't be no
The
relaxing.
time maybe right now.
QuickTouch,
You're sitting in like what?
Al,
What
your
position?
boys.
You don't.
Come on,
The
man.
Eagles, bro. No
You don't know,
Zaha,
don't care.
no victory, bro. What is it? 2-0 at home versus Southampton. I know Zaha, a late game scratch here. Honey dicked a lot of
picked him up.
fantasy players
I
out
picked him
there.
up.
You picked him up?
Because of Arnautovic was out with
Okay.
the knee. I was like, all right, Zaha automatic. Slide in at 7 mil. It's
I've
all
had
good.
Zaha-
7
I've
mil.
had Zaha the whole time, man, but
Not so easy.
There was no word about him not playing in
No,
this
there
game
wasn't.
until the day of.
Yeah.
It killed me.
I think it came out in the press conference. I think it was a late game, late practice injury or late training injury.
You know who you should have picked up? Cedric, right back, assist.
Oh, you mean
Clean
the guy?
sheet.
You mean
Oh,
the guy
thanks.
on your bench?
Monday morning.
No, you mean the guy that's in my
Yeah.
starting lineup?
No,
Mon-
he's
Monday
on the bench.
morning.
I looked
Check
him
it.
up.
Check it.
Oh, you got auto sub.
Check it.
That's why, bro.
Check it.
Don't act like you
Because-
put him in. You got auto sub.
Because-
you had him on your bench.
Because I put Rice in because I was thinking West Ham was going to switch around, but I said to myself, if he's not starting, he's not going to play at all. So I put Cedric on the bench. I put him in. He didn't play. Switched around. So it was a
So
win-win.
you had more faith over Rice than Cedric.
No, because I had more faith in West Ham over Southampton against Palace, who I thought Zaha was going to play.
How so you're trying to get these cookies?
No,
You're
because
not
it-
getting these
if
cookies,
Zaha-
bro.
Anyway,
If Zaha's playing this game, it's not 2-1.
If.
Sorry, it's not 2-0. It is 2-1 at least.
but it
Dude,
was
Townsend,
so-
tired of Townsend, your boy, Tom.
I told you he
Fraud.
plays well when Zaha's there.
He's not a
Bro.
fraud.
He needs
Out of
Zaha.
Townsend.
He's
McCarthy at
Robin.
the crossbar.
He's a
Southampton,
Dele Alli
Southampton
of
win this game
Crystal
too.
Palace.
Chill
Stop
out
talking
on the
shit about my
Dele
boys.
Ali fucking hate.
Southampton went 2-0. Danny
2-0?
douchebag Danny Ings from Liverpool scores the first
Dude,
one.
Ings has 2 goals this season, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's making a little noise for himself at Southampton.
I'm happy with that. I mean, he's going to be sold next year after loan for 20 mil to Southampton.
Maybe.
Wayne
No,
Hesse with the
It's
penalty
an
save
option.
as well.
It's an option.
It's looking like it.
Yeah,
Because
if he keeps scoring, for sure.
so I'm hoping that
For
he's
sure,
able to
yeah.
score because Ings, he's a guy
Quick
that
touch, dude.
Liverpool fans really liked. He just keeps getting injured.
Well done, bud.
Sturridge 2.0.
Push that one out. Everton won. Huddersfield won. Big stumble here for
Loosey
the Everton
goose.
program, man.
Loosey goose.
Just when you think they're going to make noise, nope.
Dude, no Richarlison, no victory apparently for this team, man. And
Calvert
it's-
Lewin scored a brilliant goal, though.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
great for him, man.
Yo,
Very good for him.
Everton should pick up someone like Wayne Rooney. Oh, wait. They did. Never mind.
Yeah, he scored. He was the top goal scorer last year. It was great.
And how they do.
They were fine. Top 8.
That's good for Everton? Top 8?
Dude,
Yeah,
who's
bro,
ahead
that's
of them?
good for
That's not good for Everton.
Who's
Top
ahead
six,
of him?
There's 6 clubs ahead of him, and
Burnley,
then it's Burnley.
and everyone else.
And maybe Leicester.
Spending the money that they're spending,
Oh,
they're trying to get
dude.
They're trying to get Europa.
Yeah, this season
yeah.
they are, for
No,
sure, man.
last
That's
season
why this
too.
was a stumble. That's why this was a stumble.
Try to walk away, but Stump.
Shout out Walker.
Tosin has to find form, man. He has to find a way to help carry this team. Walcott with some stability. He's got to.
They're still missing Lukaku, man. They have yet to replace Romelu Lukaku at Everton. I don't know who's going to get 20 goals or contribute, maybe potentially 10 goals, 10 assists for them.
Nah, they won't, bro.
They don't have a player like that.
It's going to be spread out. Richarlison's going to have to chip in with 8 or 9. Walcott with his 8 and 9. It's going to be a team effort, kind of like at Real Madrid right now.
But the defense has potential to be very, very good. Yerry Mina as well.
They got so much coverage there at defense. Michael Keane looking really good till he cracked his skull, but he said, 3 or 4 weeks he'll be back? What kind of skull does this dude have?
Made of steel.
Zuma is in there.
Well, how do you feel about Zuma?
Mina.
Love him.
I like him.
Zuma,
I like him a lot.
I think
Needs
Zuma.
time.
I think
Needs
Zuma's
playing time.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of those guys where we look at him at 27.
Nathan
28,
Ake.
going,
Got that
"Wait, why is
Nathan
he not
Ake.
on the top
He's
club?"
a deceiving 23-year-old because I feel like he's been in the league for 5 years.
Yeah, he's a pretty dude.
Between him and Holgate,
sure.
man. Holgate's 21. Then you got what's his face who just broke his head.
Keane.
Michael Keane.
Keane's young. You still got Jackie Elka.
Oh,
Everton
don't go
solid.
there.
You got Leighton Baines
on the
still,
bench.
and Seamus Coleman. Their defense is strong, man. It's
For
deep.
sure, man.
That was something I had to address. They got Jordan Pickford in the net. So the back line
They look
settled.
good, man.
This spine's looking pretty good, minus
So the future is bright, man. So if they can achieve anything in the next year or two, it'd be impressive, man. Tom Davies and Calvert-Lewin, other 2 young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Theo Walcott got injured this game, also fucked me for fantasy.
My boy.
I
Fucked a lot
took
of
him minus
people,
4
bro.
just to grab him.
Oh,
That was great.
that's painful.
Oh, it's terrible.
Dude, I'm very happy to see Ademola Lookman getting some minutes. He wanted to go to Germany on loan, and Marco Silva insisted he should stay. So at least they're giving him some minutes, which means he'll probably get some reps in some of the cup competition.
He was
Walcott's
good.
out, man, so
But when Lookman was playing for Everton, 2 seasons ago, he was looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I was actually, oh my god, I just
You were looking at him?
no. I was looking at he just got loaned out to Aston
QuickTouch.
Villa. Who's the dude? Balassi. I was actually a little surprised about that.
Yeah, I think it's a prove you're healthy kind of thing before we give you a roster spot for the year, because they signed a lot of players. If Balassi goes to the Champions League and does work, they'll happily take him back into the squad, especially a Marco Silva team that's very
Championship.
attacking.
Yeah.
He's just gotta
I just
prove
love
the
watching
health
that
knee.
guy play out there. So just
Dude, him
come
and
on.
Zaha, that was a magical moment
That
for
was.
Crystal Palace.
On
Man.
the
Watching those
Huddersfield side of the game, though, you got to give props to Philip Billing. Seeing this guy, he plays decently. You know what I mean? I'd like to see him up his final product a little bit more. So I was glad to see him get a goal.
For sure, man. And last but not least, West Ham 0, Wolves 1. Wolves
Relegation.
making noise. West Ham have yet to win a game this year, dude. They're defeated thus far. And to lose to Wolves, last game I think they lost to Bournemouth, being up 1-0. And now this game they get blanked by Wolves. Guys, how serious do you think this relegation shot is for West Ham?
This is legit
right
right
now.
now.
Man.
But
It's bad.
at the same time,
give me October, December, then we'll talk. Like too early.
Bro, they cannot string a pass together. I'm seeing the frustration on this West Ham team.
And then need a new manager. Then you get
The build-up
then you
is
get
shit.
Pellegrini out, bring
It's
someone else
so slow when they're when they do have the ball in their opponent's attack, in the opponent's defensive half. It's just so slow that they disconnect. I don't think there's any chemistry whatsoever.
They bought
That-
too many
that's the
players
big
the last
thing.
2 or 3 years. They've just been buying bodies. Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was I agree with Tom with the chemistry part. Yes, they have good players, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have a good team. There was, Anatovic and Anderson. It looks like they're getting chemistry, which is huge because they need to start scoring goals right now. In the middle, Wilshere, Sanchez. I've always really liked Sanchez. I thought he was just a hustle player. And
I've always
Wilshere,
liked
if he
Wilshere.
if he stays healthy, I think that'll be a good partnership. One does the dirty work, one does more of the passing and the assists. But I mean, Antonio still does his thing. Snodgrass really has not been the same player since coming over to
Norwich.
West Ham. I think it's more strategic and chemistry. Like you say, build up is slow.
So slow.
Where's the counter? And we talked about Nacho, and I sent you guys the text with Pellegrini equals Nacho because both left Man City, and since then both have looked subpar.
Yeah,
so
for sure, man.
so is Pellegrini actually a really good manager, or was he just benefiting from an awesome team?
I think that Pellegrini
He's a good
needs time.
manager.
There's a lot of new faces in the squad. Issa Diop, my boy. Jack Wilshere.
No relation, or you all
in
related?
midfield. We're related. Felipe Anderson, I think, is brilliant, and Antonio and Arnautovic. I think they have enough bones, man, with Yarmolenko, Chicharito, Mark Noble still in the mix, of course. I think they
That's
get.
his boy Rice.
I think they'll be a scrap. I mean, they'll be bottom 10, but I don't think they'll get relegated.
What I will say
I
is,
don't think it'll be a problem.
Dude,
I think they have enough
Fabianski is
experience
a
to
hell of-
pull it through.
Manuel Pellegrini's on the hot seat. He could be the first manager sacked.
Whatever.
Look, they'll be
season.
sad because they just sacked what's his name before. Come on.
Bilic.
Slaven?
Yeah, Slaven Bilic, who, man, that guy looked like he was gonna commit suicide every game. He was just so stressed.
Well, Payet.
Yeah,
pulled
well,
his
see
heart
if
out
Payet
of
wants
his
to come back.
chest. Yeah.
See if he wants to come
Might
back.
destroy this whole program, man. But yeah, I don't know if Pellegrini. It's wise for them to buy so many players and then throw Pellegrini in there. If they're still bottom 3 come the end of this month, September, yeah, man, it might be time to pull that eject button. But we'll see, man.
But we saw that with Tottenham. We saw that with Liverpool. If you buy practically half a squad, there's going to be a huge learning curve. You have to grow together.
Hey, so then we should get over Arsenal sometime, right?
What?
Yeah.
What about Arsenal?
Just give us a little bit of time. You buy a bunch of players. There's a new manager. I'm just saying it fits into that whole
Yeah, we're talking about relegation right
analogy.
now.
Well, we were in a relegation spot like last week.
Oh my God!
Shout out to Traore, Traore,
Adamola.
Adama.
Yo, he was balling last week. He came on,
Dude,
and he was
comes
making a
in
difference.
with some NFL running back arms out here ready to blow up on these dudes. Gets himself the winner, man.
Yo, he definitely
This
does
guy's
like
absolute-
225, 20 reps of
Dude, it's
225.
ridiculous. He's out here curling hundreds.
Bear
So
squatting.
here's a little question for you. Last 5 teams in the table, the winless teams. We got Cardiff, Huddersfield,
Goodbye.
Newcastle, Burnley, West Ham. At the end of the year, the 3 relegated teams, are they right now out of those 5 teams?
2 of them are. For
You
me.
see 2?
I
So,
got
okay, so you're
Hudders-
going to
Hudders
know.
and
Does anyone
Cardiff.
think all 3 relegated teams are in the bottom right
Yeah,
now?
man. Yeah.
Cardiff.
You do? Which ones
Yeah,
then?
all of them.
See you later,
All 4.
Carter.
5.
All 5.
I think Al really has to piss.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Make
do?
moves, dude.
No, I
Sorry.
don't
Nah.
have this.
But,
My laptop's about
oh,
to
yeah.
explode.
Yeah, dude, I hear it taking off. It sounds
Just
like
close
a
it
plane
down. You can
taking
use
off,
mine.
dude.
Well, we're going to other news.
Yes.
Yeah, let's wrap
Other
Celtic.
news, Clint Dempsey retires. U.S. legend.
All right, Pete.
He had a bit of a
He's
heart,
not dead, bro.
palpitation, heart murmur scare a couple years ago.
Yep.
Cardiac issues, man, probably forced him to retire earlier. But dude, this guy, they say he might be the best of all time for U.S. players to date. Pulisic is probably gonna overtake him, but dude, no one did it more. This guy got Europa League final, almost like Europa League final glory with Fulham, chipping Buffon against Juventus. Played for Spurs too, man. Made Champions
Fulham as
League.
well.
But Spurs was like, this guy played for Spurs, American. We had Brian McBride. You know, we had Tim Howard even on United. But Clint Dempsey, man, consummate professional. Always showed up every World Cup. Always got goals, led by example. Bit of a wild card. Does freestyle raps on the side. Man.
He's a
it's
baller,
crazy,
man.
But end of an era for him. But respect to him. Best U.S. player, I think. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, man. I know Landon Donovan obviously gets a shout, but
Lando.
I've always
His
critiqued
impact.
him.
Landon's
for
had
not-
that like David Beckham impact.
Lando never made
Sort
it
of, but
overseas.
he never left, dude. He was always
He
happy
tried.
being a big fish.
He went
out
to
on loan.
Everton. He did well. Wouldn't stick. Went to Germany. Failed.
But it's national team soccer. That's why I think
Dempsey
that
did
Donovan
everything.
sticks
Dempsey
out.
did it all. Dempsey
Donovan
did more.
sticks out because he has that iconic goal,
Against
especially
Portugal.
against.
That's all I'm talking about. I'm
Algeria,
talking
yeah.
about like if I agree with you, Al. Like Dempsey's the better player technically.
Yeah.
He's left foot, right foot. He may not have not had the speed.
He's got the most goals for the national team.
more
also.
finishing.
So
but
he's
up-
got,
But
he's
the
got more.
iconic moment,
Yeah.
some say.
It's because U.S. sucked until Lando came on the scene, and now we've been on the scene for a while. So everyone's like, "Oh, it's commonplace."
It's the same thing. You think
They don't see how special Clint Dempsey was.
U.S. women's national team? Who do you think of right away?
Mia Hamm.
And that sports
Lily
bra
something.
moment, and you know what I mean. So there may be
sure.
other women
Lexi
who are
Lawless.
currently better
Lexi
than her right
Lawless.
now, but
Long hair, don't care.
Boca Negra.
Love it.
always
else?
will hold
Wrap
it
it
down.
up.
So,
man.
the Scottish
Real
League,
quick.
we got Celtic taking on Rangers.
Old Firm Derby.
This is a huge game. Rangers made Europa League. They got Stevie G. They got a bunch of Liverpool loanies. And they're just trying to use Stevie G's connections to try to get players there. And it seemed to be working with Europa. But when they went and faced off against Celtic, they only lost 1-0. But they got pretty much trounced in the first half. Basically not even leaving the half. But second half they started doing better. So I think for Rangers, hiring Stevie G is still a good decision. First first loss of the year for them. So I think they're going to just keep on using this year and improving.
Yeah, man.
Love it, man.
There's a vicious rivalry. A little bit of Serie A for you here. Calcio A. Juventus beating Parma 2-1. CR7 not among the goals.
Still hasn't scored.
Yeah, has been struggling in Serie A, and I think maybe
It's that defense,
the league
bro.
people are taking it personally. Like, you're not going to come to our league and just dominate, and it's coming at the worst
He's
time.
dominating, man. Like, he's getting shots so easy. You watch his highlights, man. Like, there's so much
Yeah.
space for him. Like, he'll turn it on.
Yeah.
Just needs to find his feet. And speaking of Juve, man, not to cut you off, but this word that now Ronaldo's at Juve. Pogba wants to go back to Juve in
He
January. He won't be cup tied, so he can play in the Champions League.
Ooh.
Because that rule's now abolished.
I thought it was abolished for Europa. It's abolished for like
Yeah,
champions to
it's-
champions.
yeah,
Oh wow, damn, that's badass.
So he can leave in
Dude,
January.
whatever, man. If he wants to fucking leave, off you go.
Yeah.
Pogs. Off you go.
Those
Beckham
sour
wanted to
grapes.
leave. Off you go.
Beckham didn't
Bex.
want to leave.
Vanessa,
He
he
goes
did.
south.
Dude,
Fergie
he
wanted
got-
him out.
No, he got in a fight with Fergie. Fergie wanted
threw
him
him.
to
The
Throwing
story
boots out here.
I heard from Bex is that he woke up with it like, dude, just sold. He's like, what? I don't want to leave.
No,
Wait,
dude.
did you just say the
Dude.
story you heard from Bex?
Yeah,
What, you have
Basically,
some
no,
tea together?
Fergie said
I've read his book.
Fergie said you're doing too much commercial bullshit.
The Posh Spice
focus.
bullshit. Yeah,
Exactly. And he was like, dude, this is my life.
He
So
was
like, all right, get
offloaded.
the fuck out. Get out.
And then he went to the Galacticos, where he proceeded to win.
And he was
Champions
awesome, and then he
League.
went to
Alright,
Paris
yeah.
after that.
you guys wrap
Good
up.
for
I'm
him,
looking
man.
this up.
So last one I got Real Madrid's new signing Vinicius Jr. He scored 2 goals against the Atleti B team, and then out of
Who's he
nowhere
playing for?
he's
Real
playing for
Madrid,
Real
Castilla.
Madrid
Castilla,
B,
yeah.
going against Atleti
Yep.
B, and the captain of Atletico, Tachi, basically bit him in the back of the head.
Pulled the Suarez.
Yeah, so it said
That's how frustrated
he
he
tried to
was.
sink his teeth in the back of his head. He actually didn't get a red card because it was while they're tussling for the ball. But man,
That's a slick bite.
that's a
How'd you pull
that's
that
a
off?
great white shark bite right there. Just so quick. Gotcha.
But you see that. That's messy, though. You see that.
Young Lionel Messi.
Well, speaking of, I mean, Barca just absolutely ripping up
Barca
newly
still in-
promoted SD Huesca
Is Barcelona still in preseason? What was the score of that game?
8-2.
Preseason.
8 to
Get out of here
2.
with that La Liga bullshit.
Look,
tough
this
league.
is a club that
Man City's
had,
not beating people.
as far as I don't, as far as I
Lost
know,
to Wolves.
they haven't been in the top flight in a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Messi, 2 goals,
It was
2
Messi
assists.
by Messi.
Coutinho, bro, this Barcelona team, they
And now
look
they have
different.
Malcolm, Dembele.
They're so balanced now.
Yeah, that
Arturo
attack
Vidal
is-
came in off the bench. He had like a bicycle almost to Luis Suarez, who came in off a diving header. Should have
It's
went
ridiculous.
in. Messi gives Suarez the penalty
You know
kick
what this
after
is?
after Suarez earns it. Like,
It's Champions League push. They've had enough of being chumped in the Champions League last year, going out to AS Roma for 2 legs, dude. They couldn't get past
I
Roma.
wonder how Real Madrid are gonna psychologically react in the Clásico, because now they don't have a Cristiano Ronaldo. They have to lean on Gareth Bale, Benz. These guys have been on form lately, scoring goals.
That's what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be Isco, Asensio being like, we ain't never scared. So they're gonna have to pull their weight, and then hopefully Bale shows up or Benz.
Because Bale's got that. He's got the S on his
That's a big
chest.
game, yeah.
Bale's got the S on his chest in as far as Champions League. Can he do it in Clásico consistently? We saw what he did to Mark
Consistently-
Bartra. He got him sent to Dortmund. So
Consistently, I say no, but like that's what I'm saying. Like everyone needs to pick up their piece per Classico. Like it's got to be Benz's Classico. This one, next one's Bale's one, next one's Asensio and Isco. Young guys trying to come through.
and I think these guys they were being held back because Ronaldo was on the team. He was getting the majority of the
Yeah,
shots.
it's like being on the Bulls, dude. Would you rather go to another team, or even let's bring it up to nowadays, being on LeBron's team? You know he's gonna take the majority of
It
the
is.
action.
But what I'm saying, a lot of the time we look at a guy like Benz and we're like, man, he fell off. Like, damn, Benz fell off. It's like, no, he didn't fall off. He's still Benz.
Well,
He's
we'll
just
see
not
in
getting
El-
as many shots.
We'll see in El Clasico then if he didn't fall off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big
That's
game right
the
there.
difference because you can score against Levante and all those teams. That's cute, bro. You got Sergio Ramos out there playing center forward, Marcelo playing center forward. That's cute, bro. Let's see
Yeah,
how you
bro.
do against Atletico Madrid, which they lost to, by the way.
Yeah.
Big game. These motherfuckers kind of did fall off. Ronaldo had to take that S. It's harder because he is the dude.
It's like, what do we do now? We don't have
That's it.
Superman.
Who do
It's
we
like,
give it to?
Hey,
It's
man.
late in the game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
This is what Bex was telling me earlier.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So he said he had rumors he might be sold. This is back in 2003. This is from the horse's mouth.
This is David Beckham.
David
David
Beckham's a
Beckham's
horse?
version.
Beckham's a horse now?
This is a version from as he sees it. He said he heard rumors he might be sold to Barcelona. He's like, what are you talking about? He was on holiday out in the summer. Flew back, spoke with Peter Kenyon at the time, was at United. He said, what's going on? I need to speak to him. He's like, I know I didn't play in every game. He was left out of certain games during the year, and he was upset. He was mad about it, but he didn't think it would lead to him leaving. So next thing he knows, he hears he's going to Barcelona. He's like, dude, what the hell? I don't want to go to Barcelona. Like, I want to stay at United. He said, if I'm going to leave, I'll go to the Bernabeu. I'm not going to Barcelona.
Fergie on
If I'm
that
gonna
snake
leave.
shit.
So he said he flew back to London like the next day, sat down. They said the next day I'm in Madrid talking to the president about personal terms. He said he was shocked and devastated. He didn't want to leave. We just won the league. I wanted to retire there. So fuck you guys. This guy didn't want to leave.
He didn't want to leave. But here's a quote from Ferguson's book. He says the minute a Manchester player thinks he's bigger than the manager, he has to go.
That's Fergie's ego though, man.
No, but it's the manager's egos. Jose does the same thing. Pep does the same thing. He's doing it to Sane right now. That was the death nail for him. Ferguson was also concerned about David Beckham's celebrity lifestyle.
Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't want to leave.
No,
that's all I was saying.
No, but what I'm saying is if the manager says, bro, stop taking Instagram shots.
Dude,
look
what it led to, man. It led to Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's probably the best. It was
100%.
perfect.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not upset about it.
If you want to go play with your buddy Ronaldo at Juventus, fuck off and go.
No, I agree with that. Look, but don't say that Beck's wanted to leave and you try and start shit.
No, he chose Victoria in his celebrity life. He basically said, stay at United, but stop taking these Instagram hoes and pics.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, that should support my modeling career. And all power to him. I still love Beckham.
It's his life.
But
so
if
that's
your
the thing.
Manager says,
to me, I
these
think
are the
again,
rules of playing at
that's
this
fine.
club.
That's all we're
both
talking
at fault.
No, he didn't hate United. No.
Both at
no
fault. I think right there, Fergie and Becks.
There's no one at fault.
Compromise.
I think neither is at fault. There's nothing wrong.
That's
if
football,
two guys don't work
gentlemen.
together, there's no fault there. It's just
Well, when you get to a certain
There
age,
is when
you
someone
gotta
doesn't
move
want
away from
something
home.
and then something happens. There is.
Nah, man, it's like a breakup. Sometimes one person's at fault. Sometimes both are at fault. In this case, there's no one's fault. Beckham went on to have an incredible career. Fergie went on to have an incredible career. There's no fault here. Ronaldo was discovered, got the 7. There's no bad blood here. There's no fault.
No bad blood, but there was a breaking point. There's something happened.
Yeah,
You don't see
point.
Fergie hugging.
Someone was at fault for that.
You don't see
Someone else at
Fergie
fault
hugging
for that.
Beckham the way he hugs CR7.
Now they're cool, man. But going on.
Yeah, it happens, man. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Again, we're going to have more and more YouTube content out there, video on Facebook from some of these debates. So please be sure to subscribe and keep a lookout for that stuff.
For real though, thanks for listening, guys. And sorry about the sound quality last week. We are, still striving to get better and work on it. So, but we definitely appreciate the feedback for sure.
Thanks,
For sure,
guys.
man.
We
New
love you.
studios.
PFC.
Should I do fantasy?
Nah.
No, man.
Okay.
In your own.
All right, guys.
In your room.
Enjoy it.
Okay. Done.